Hello there, friends, and welcome to Strangers in the Night, your source for late night VR gaming talk. I, of course, am your host, Wes. With me, as always, is my good friends, Ruuts. How's it going, brother?
I won't stop raining. Just telling you guys before the show, man, I'm done with this fucking rain. I know we need moisture. That's what I hear from all the customers, everybody I talk to every day. Like, oh yeah, we
It's
need
science,
moisture.
bro.
I feel
You don't believe
like
in science?
well, I do believe in science, but I just believe that it's summertime and I want it to get above 78 degrees. And I just bought a new AC unit. I want to use it, Wes. So, like at some point it needs to get above 80 degrees. Other than that, I'm good.
Mash,
What's up,
congratulations. Dude? Congratulations on your 7th day in a row at home.
Oh, man, this is awesome. I feel good. Yeah, I think last week this time I was like, I was sitting on a runway somewhere in Florida, like just wanting to fly, and it was just, I'm like, just get me in the air, just get me home. And yeah, this has been a week, man. But shit, it's been a busy week.
Dude, you're not lying. Like, I couldn't imagine for you stepping back in trying to catch up. Like, this week has been just madness. We've got so much going on with all these launches and contests and everything going on right now. It's been from the time I wake up to the time I fucking crash out every day.
And then we do stupid things like get up early in the morning and go do VR workout for 45 minutes and almost die.
How did that go, Mash? Dee was telling me about that you were getting ready to do that.
Yeah, so this big contest starts, I think it start next week, Wes?
It depends on who you are. If you're a content creator, it starts next week. If you're a viewer, you could win a Quest Pro right freaking now because our Gleam giveaway is up.
You don't have to do anything either. We don't have to work out or anything. You guys have to fucking bust your ass.
We have to work out.
Because I am going to enter that Gleam thing and I am going to win it.
Hell yeah. Get it, man. There's a ton of ways to enter. And yeah, so what happened was they asked me to come in and like host a workout session so like people could kind of come and hang out or watch or whatever. So I went in there and Wes came in and a couple people like I just didn't recognize names stopped in and out during the 45 minutes, but Classy Grandma,
oh my god,
stayed with us and worked out for the whole 45 minutes.
Wow.
And she ended up kicking my ass in points.
Yeah. Dude, she won. She won. Like I won twice. And Classy Grandma won like 3 or 4 times. And even when I did win, I just barely edged her out. She was kicking ass, dude.
Yeah. Freaking Classy Grandma kicking ass.
You know who else likes to lick ass? Oh, you said kick ass. Totally different situation.
Here we go. Toilet humor. That's what we're known for.
Yeah, well, it's not our fault. It's my mom's fault.
Oh, it is.
I'll buy it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm in real time going down to the description and dropping a link to this Gleam giveaway. For those of you who want to enter a Quest Pro, just refresh the stream after we're done tonight and click on the link. There's a bunch of different ways to win. And you don't have to work out, but if you do work out, it increases your chances greatly.
Oh, God. No, I'll tell you what. I just want to get the controllers. I was actually thinking about that recently. Like, do I pick up the controllers? Like, I almost want to pick them up now before the Quest. Because Mash has sold me. He said these are the best controllers he's ever used.
They really are.
And I want to be able to, like, aim down the sights and not have my doing this thing, That would just be amazing.
There is zero occlusion. It's zero. Like I literally really do think that it's better than Lighthouse tracking. Like, it really is. Unless you have, like, a 4 Lighthouse setup, where you're just covered every tiny angle you could find. I really think the Quest Pro, I mean, think about it this way. You have cameras in the Quest Pro controllers and 2 Snapdragon XR2 chips in it. Each one has a Snapdragon XR2 chip that's running your headset is in each freaking controller.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh.
And it's cheap, too.
I didn't know
only
that,
$300.
I didn't know that those... Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's why they're $300.
Yeah.
Anyway, I dropped the link in the chat for you guys to enter the giveaway. Again, we're giving away more than the controllers. We're giving away the whole headset, courtesy of our friends at VR Workout. So shout out to them. Speaking of giveaways, Mash, we've got a good episode lined up tonight. We've got 3 banger titles that we're covering. But on top of that, 2 of those 3, we got keys to give away.
It's crazy.
Hell yeah. And like in my show and your show are the only ones that get to give the early early lowdown on Hubris, which is freaking huge, man. It's big for us.
Yeah, how blessed are we? Shout out to Cyborn for giving us the green light on that. Mash just mentioned it in passing during a meeting, like, we could talk about it this week, and expecting to get shot down immediately, of course. And they were like, you know what? You guys have been awesome. Go ahead. So
Yeah,
that was great.
that is great. Well, it just shows you it's never like, it doesn't hurt to ask. Like, how many times have we gotten advanced, coverage of something just because we brought it up, and they were like, you know what, you guys are so awesome, and your show is the best. They all say that, and they let us go.
We're the ninth. We're the ninth best.
Oh yeah, the ninth best. That's right. I forgot.
Anyway, so yeah, we're giving away 2 keys to Hubris tonight. We're not giving them away tonight. We're announcing the giveaway tonight. Obviously, it doesn't come out for another week. We're also we have a key for Pixel Rip 1978 on PlayStation VR2. Ooh. And, you guys know how we do these giveaways. After the show, go down, leave a comment, say, I want to enter for Hubris, say, I want to enter for Pixel Rip. Next week, we'll draw winners at random. I don't know. Maybe we'll give the Pixel Rip key away on Sunday. Since it's already out, let's not make people wait a week. We'll give the Pixel Rip key out on Sunday, and then we'll draw. Well, wait a minute. I mean, Hubris comes out when? Comes out on Thursday, right? Yeah. So we'll draw on Friday for that. So yeah, just leave a comment after the show. We'll draw 3 winners. Pixel Ripped on Sunday, Hubris on Friday next week, and platform of your choice with Hubris. Just whatever you want. We can give you a Quest key. We can give you a PSVR2 key. It is your choice. I think Ruuts drowned. Like, oh, I see. Ruuts has the meat. Ruuts has the meats.
Yeah,
did you get it?
Yeah,
I
got my
nice.
food and my drink. I did it.
Nice.
I did it.
Virtual Slayer Cat says, "Is that a Hubris PSVR2 key? If you want it to be, it's whatever you choose. If you win, you get to pick your platform. So if you want it to be PSVR2, it absolutely can be. Again, we're picking the winners next week, so the game will be out at that point. Obviously, we can't give out early keys tonight, or we would do that.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Anyways,
trust me, they all want it. Everybody should want it. Everybody should be like, please give them to me now.
Right. I don't even care what platform you should want it.
Seriously.
Well, we should go ahead and just get into talking about it. But, of course, where are our manners? We need to say hello to our friends in chat. The icon Miller is in the chat. Says, is it worth me waiting to see who wins, or should I just buy it on launch? You should buy it on launch. That's the reason why I was saying maybe we just give them all out on Sunday, because I don't want people waiting to see if they win or not to have to play the game. Let's do that. Let's just run a 2-day entry period, and we'll give the keys out, or we'll name the winners on Sunday.
Right.
And then we'll drop the keys on launch day as soon as the game comes out.
Right.
Awesome Tatum's here. He says Hubris is awesome. Bro, you don't even know. We're going to talk about it. You're about to know, but you don't even know.
You don't even
know. Virtual Slayer Cat. The Chad is here. What's up, the Chad?
Nice. The Chad.
I feel like he may know. He may know on PC.
Yeah, well, he may have some idea, but we'll talk about things he might not know about in just a moment. Well, Raza is here. He says, on guns, I never think about it anymore. Muscle memory keeps having better tracking by keeping guns certain distance from the headset. On auto now, but that's the thing. If when the apocalypse comes and we're all out shooting in the street, Raza's going to be, he's going to be looking for his grip button, and that little moment of hesitation is going to lead to his downfall.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's funny he says that, because people said the same thing about the aim controller, right? Well, you just shake it a little bit, you do this and that, but then once you get to actual controllers with real tracking, you're like, realize that's not good enough, and we will adjust. It's kind of like what I think it was Skiva was saying about Wes with G2, saying he must always keep his gun out ahead in front of him, because if he's bringing it up like this with the G2, he's gonna have the issues he was having, and so I
don't do it like Skiva says he holds the controller to his cheek, like that. I don't do that. No, I absolutely don't do that, and I can see where that would cause you problems. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
It's free VR real estate is here. Said waiting on Pixel Rip. Do you think it's worth the price? We're going to talk about that. Stay tuned. Let's see. People hungry for the info tonight. I like it. Diego Darko is with us. What's up? What's up, Radio Runt? He says, I just wish there was a game that uses the advanced haptics. Like every game uses the advanced haptics. What are you talking about?
I think he's talking about the Pro. And it's kind of like I was saying the other day about the eye tracking. You know, there's so few people that have them out there. Why would devs put it in there? Why are they going to take the time, Radio Runt, unfortunately, to use the that extra stuff? It's the complete opposite than the PSVR2 is, where every single person that has that headset is going to utilize the tracking, right? Or any of the extra stuff, the haptics, whatever it is. So it's very beneficial on the PlayStation VR2, and it's not at all on the others. So, or the Pro.
Yes.
So yeah, I would say just be patient. The Quest 3 is coming, and the Quest 3 is going to have those advanced haptics as well. And as that becomes the standard on Quest platform, we'll start to see more and more devs take advantage of it, I feel.
Yep, absolutely. I know we didn't say this on the show the other day because I don't think any of us have the balls to bring it up with Brad there.
I do.
Hey, you should next time. Do you still think, Wes, that because I kind of feel like they're still going to try to bring back the tracking or the eye tracking, and I know he says it's done deal, and it probably is. He knows more about it than I do, but maybe I'm just hoping and convincing myself that there's somehow going to slide it in there, because it would be nice to have it in there.
You know who loves it when you just slide it in there?
My mom.
No, I don't. I think Quest 3s are in production now, and that's a
done deal.
Done deal.
Yeah.
What I do think will likely happen is that we'll get a refresh on Quest Pro next year. Getting another $1,000 to $1,200 headset. Yeah.
Ooh, there
something
you go.
like
Quest 3
that.
Pro. Or what if they just take the Quest Pro that's there now and they figure out a way to reproduce it cheaper, and they just lower the price of it. I mean, Quest Pro for the eye tracking and the face tracking, and the color pass through. If you drop that headset to $700 with those Pro controllers, I think that's a good deal. And Diego Darko is right. I went and that's why I was kind of like wasn't paying attention for a minute or two. I had to go back and fact check. He got me on that one. They are not XR2 chips that are in there. They are Snapdragon chips, but they're the 662s, not the XR2s.
Okay.
662s. But good call, dude. Good catch.
Rogue TR is here. As is Maliki King. Maliki King says humor like that equals IQ 80.
How about 111?
I would think that that's an insult, but I'm too stupid to know that.
Okay,
I can't figure it out.
I can't figure that out at all.
Nice.
Aceville's here. What's up, Ace? Good to see you, friend. Thanks for showing up.
I think
Appreciate
Mash
it.
just convinced me to go get the Pro, because Mash was saying the other day, now is the time to go out and get another headset, right?
Literally, I'm like, anybody
Perfect
buys
time,
a headset
right?
right now is like the dumbest person in the world. Like
Other than PlayStation VR2.
Yeah, that's the only one. That's literally the only one I would buy right now. Yeah. I mean, unless you don't have VR in any way at all, and you can go pick up a Quest 2 for cheap. Like literally, I think you could probably you could probably go on the interweb and find somewhere, Facebook Marketplace or somewhere that's got a Quest 2 for $150. I would say that there's a good chance you could find one pretty cheap. That's the only way I would do it. Or if you need a second headset or something like that. But there's no way I'm paying full price for a Quest 2 right now. There's no way I'm buying a Quest Pro at $1,000. There's no way I'm buying an HTC XR Elite. There's no way I'm buying, the big screen Beyond, which is, to me, it's like the weirdest in between headset I've ever seen at $1,000.
I was thinking about that, Mash. I think about our conversations on the other shows during the week, but like, because of its form factor, it is kind of one of a kind. If you want like a light form headset, it's the best out there. Once that Brad can stay in all day long and not have it really feel like he's wearing a headset. So for that reason alone, I could see, it being a viable headset. What if I could get my hands on a Quest Pro for $700 with the controllers? You think it'd be worth that for sure? Hands down.
I would buy it.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking.
I mean, the controllers are worth $300, by the way. They're that good. I mean, they are. I mean, I don't want to pay them. and I don't think anybody else should go out and buy them. But I mean, I think what's in them. I think they're a great controller, and they're going to work with your Quest 3. So it's something I would look to invest in if you can, especially if you can find them cheaper than the $300.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think all that stuff's going to reduce drastically in price. I think the Pro's going to drop, the controllers are going to drop as we get closer to Quest 3 launch, which is only a few months away. All that stuff's going to drop down to. I mean, Quest 2s are going to be like dirt, man. You're going to be able to pick them up for $125.
Yeah.
Philosix is here. What's up?
Alex
Good to see
VR
you.
just came in the room. That's all that matters. What's up, Alex?
What's up, Alex? Thanks for
What's up,
stopping
dude?
in, bro. James is here. Ryan B is here. Salvador is here. Watt Marin is here. Samson 143VR here as well. Techno Glitch in the house. The Handicapable Gamer is here. My sister Ashley's here. What's up, Ashley? Chris 9989 is here. Who else? That's as far as I can scroll. So I don't think anyone else slid in that I didn't see other than Alex. What's up, Alex? What's up, everyone? Thanks for hanging out. If I missed you, I apologize. There's Flame Hat, the Game Cat, coming in at the last moment. What's up, Flame Hat? I'm sorry if I missed you. Thank you for staying up late, hanging out with us on a Friday night. You guys are awesome. What nerds, guys? Come and hang out and watch VR podcast at 1 a.m. on a Friday. That's
the
pretty
best
awesome,
of
right?
the coolest of the nerds.
Yeah,
The
you
coolest.
could. A lot of people could be getting home from the bar right now. Those guys are like fucking
That's true.
chads, right?
Yeah, they're lit. They're lit.
It's the best too when people watch the show drunk at night because they don't remember it and then they have to watch it again the next day.
Yeah. And then if they're crazy, they like start throwing super chats around. It's crazy.
Do it. All right, let's
Do
go. Super chat train. Let's go.
What's up? David Run sliding in here with Lee VR. What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Ruuts, let's talk about Hubris. People want to know what's up, the Chad. This says West Coast Chads, baby. Hell yeah. And Lee VR says 2 o'clock where he's at, p.m., afternoon.
Oh shit, that's a freaking good afternoon. You get to hang out with us on the afternoon.
Yeah, for real.
On a Saturday, he can start gin and juicing it right now.
Ah, man, I've got to work though. Oh, wait, that's tomorrow morning. I'm not working right now.
Dude.
Midlife Kid says, we are needs and we all loved Revenge of the Nerds. Yep, we're all nerds and we loved Revenge of the Nerds.
Yep.
That's true. I was telling my daughter this the other day because, she's like talking about how her and her friends are all nerds and like proudly, right? Like when I was a kid, that wasn't something to be proud of. That was an insult. Now it's a cool thing to be a nerd, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Remember when goth used to be a thing? Now it's just like everywhere.
Like, it's normal everyday stuff.
It's normal
Like
everyday
those
stuff.
Are the those are the
We're the
normal
weirdos, dude. You just think about that.
Grimrock in the chat says fights just got over and nothing else to watch. Are there fights tonight? It's Friday. I wanted to say the fights were tomorrow night. Maybe he's watching boxing or something or Bellator.
Maybe.
Grimrock just joined. I'm pretty sure I saw Grimrock's name pop up. Just joined the VR workout Discord server. So what's up?
Wow.
Thank you.
Heck yeah. Awesome.
Wow. Alex VR.
Alex is one of the people that's gonna be doing the contest with us.
Did you see?
right.
He just did a super chat. He said virtual strangers are cool. Yeah, I
Thank
agree.
you, Alex.
Thank
We're the
you.
coolest
Alex
of the
drinking.
strangers.
Clearly out of control drunk, Alex.
Moon rocks in Denver.
So it's 12:44 a.m. where I am. How crazy am I? I'm drinking a big old cup of black coffee, ready to rock and roll.
That is crazy. I'm
I am
drinking an
the big
unsweetened
nerd.
iced tea. And it's not 12:45 though. Here.
Oh, there's PFL tonight. I had no idea. That's cool. Grimrock, a man after my own heart. All I like is virtual reality and watching two men beat each other to the brink of death.
Sweet.
Midlife Kid, what's up? Antone Jones, what's up? Says, I'm going to have to buy all versions of Hubris to test them all. You might just want to do that. Why don't we get into that? Let's talk a little bit about the Quest version of Hubris. Again, these both of these versions that we're talking about tonight launch next Thursday, June the 22nd. Eric, this one coming to Quest has been a long time coming. It's been in development for a long time, and you really can tell that they've taken all the time they need to polish this thing up, right?
Yeah, I actually I got a chance to test this version out. I didn't even know. Last year, I went to Gamescom in Germany, and Sideborn was there. They had a booth, and they were just showing, more Hubris. They had a new Hubris demo showing more of the gunplay for Steam. But talking to the team, they were like smiling, and I'm like, "What do you guys got?" And he's like, "Well, we have a playable demo of the Quest version of Hubris," and I'm like, "What?" Like that wasn't even on my radar, and this was August, and they had a playable demo, and it was like they weren't even like openly telling people. It was kind of like a secret. I had to almost like talk my way in, because once they told me, they're like, it's a quick demo, it's not that big of a deal. And I'm like, good. I'm like, guys, you got to show me whatever you got, and I had to like talk them into it. They took me like into a back office, and it was out of the sight of the public, and I got a chance to do basically when you start up Hubris, whatever platform you're on, you're always starting the tutorial, and that's basically what I got a chance to run. But just seeing the tutorial back then in August on the Quest 2 blew my mind, because I don't remember what you guys were thinking, but I think I'm pretty sure, if I go back and look, I swore up and down that this was a game I don't think we'd ever see on the Quest 2. So just to
Yeah.
have it on my radar at that point blew me away.
We all scoff at Meta when they put out these numbers, like the space warp is going to add 70% more performance, and then some optimization um, is going to add. They just said they added 20% more performance, and everyone just lets that go in one ear and right out the other. Roots, until a game like Hubris comes out on Quest, and you see that something's obviously getting better, because I don't think this would have been possible 2 years ago on Quest 2.
Yeah, there's no way. I couldn't believe how good the game looked, and there's no way this could have ran 2 years ago. And I just think it's just shows you how far they've came and how good this update is. Really, but how many developers, and I guess maybe that's what we're used to, is a lot of developers not utilizing hardware. So even when I heard it, I just my first thought is like, who's gonna actually go back and fix their game and make it run better? And I mean, this game apparently these people did, because it runs amazing. Did you notice any difference in how it ran from August to now? I mean, obviously it ran great in August, but
yeah, I mean, it looked great in August, but it didn't run great. You know what I mean? Like back then, like I said, it was just the tutorial, and this was before the Steam game even had come out, because that's what they were doing there. They were just demoing a new demo of the Steam game. And so what they had was super early, and it looked great. It looked fantastic. It looked probably close to like what it does today, maybe a little less, but it was you could tell it was chugging the Quest 2. Like it was, there was like super bad, frame dropping, and like there was screen tearing a little bit when you moved your head, but at that point I didn't care, just because I was like, holy crap, this is so early there, because they were like, they kind of told me up front, like, this is early, this is super early, we just got the demo running, like they weren't even really trying to show anybody, but I think they were proud of it, so they really wanted to show somebody, and they like swore me to secrecy back then, like I couldn't tell anybody, but it looked really good. It just played like, not as good, but now, like, to me, again, we're going to talk about this, and you're going to say, if you're going to go side by side, you're going to tell a difference, of course, between Steam and PlayStation in this game. But the gameplay, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but the gameplay to me is like 1-to-1. It's like perfect.
And that's the difference, right? Because you have a game like Red Matter, which is the standard, right? It's the best looking game on Quest 2. And I'm talking about Red Matter 2, of course. But Red Matter 2 never has more than 3 enemies on the screen at any one time. This game has some pretty intense action sequences, and it maintains, right? It doesn't. I mean, obviously in any game you're going to get a frame drop here and there, but it's remarkable how smooth this is. And Roots, I don't know about you. Like obviously, if you put them side by side, you're going to be able to tell a difference. But when you first loaded into this game, it didn't. It's like, I was just taken aback that this thing was even running on Quest at all. I mean, it's very close to the PC version, right?
yeah, absolutely. And like Eric said, the gameplay is 1-to-1. It's just because my thing is And I was telling D this recently about climbing, and I'd forgotten how good the climbing was in this. Like in a game, if I'm playing a VR game and I can't climb like I would in real life, and I mean no latency, like, and there's some games that just don't get it. You grab it, and then like there's a delay to where you can grab the next one, right? Like
Yep.
a game climbing should feel like a joy almost, and this thing, the climbing is so good in this. The flinging yourself up over the edges, the jumping, the parkouring, everything is the same. And I was blown away by just like, because it would have driven me crazy, Eric, to go on this and just try the demo, because I want to get to that scene where I can see the planets. I want to get outside, look at the water, look at the big planet in the sky, right? And I wasn't disappointed outside of a little bit of shimmering in the distance, which you're going to expect. Like anything that was, I mean, it just looked so beautiful, especially that water. I just blew me away.
So we had a couple of more drunk people in chat giving us money.
Nice. Bring them on.
Wolveraza with the $1.99 US says, VR is life. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Wolveraza. We appreciate it, brother.
Hell yeah, man.
And then Chinatown D, $5 US says, curly fries.
Oh, damn, D. How dare you?
Killing me.
How dare you?
Killing me, D.
How dare you?
Michelle B in chat says, cross-buy. Yeah, that's one of the things that's the coolest about this Quest version. When you sit here and you're talking about, Quest version, PSVR2 version coming out on the same day, you would think that that would be a no contest, that you would tell people to go buy the PSVR2 version, and that may be the case and may be the right call for most people. But Quest 2 does have some stuff going on for it. It does support cross-buy day one. So if you already own Hubris on the Rift Store, guess what? This game's going to be free for you on Thursday. If you can't decide whether or not to get the Steam version or the Oculus version, well, if you have an Oculus headset, you can get both for the same price.
No brainer.
Besides that, yeah, I know, right? It's pretty awesome. B-haptic support, Eric. Native B-haptic support on launch for the Quest version of Hubris.
Yeah, and it's done super great. It's really done well too. Like a lot of devs, like they'll be like, yeah, we got B-haptic support, and you go in there and it's like super generic and it's like doesn't make sense, or the sensors don't like hit right. But they did a good job with it. I mean, it's like easy to do and it's easy to set up, and if you got a vest, there's no reason you should not be putting it on for this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me ask you guys this: did you put it on for this game? Both of you? Either one?
Not a chance.
I did the first time when I started up. I didn't do it today just because we were I was in a hurry again, like I always am before the show, trying to get as much time as I can into the game. So I just didn't think about it. But when I first started the Quest version up yesterday, before my show, I did. But I played mainly the PlayStation VR2 version today.
Okay. Yeah, there seems to be a lot more friction in that. It just sucks. Wish you could just wear it all the time.
There really isn't. Like we say that, like people say that, and I'm like with you on that one too. But like most game, like if you like Ghost of Tabor, literally when you fire the game up, if you have all you gotta do is zip your vest on. Like literally, it's just like putting a shirt on.
But
so I mean, if that's it.
That extra step, believe it or not, even though it's so simple and it's so mundane, it literally could stop me from playing VR. It's a weird thing. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, let me just go play Diablo flat. There's no extra steps.
You don't even have to open a window. Like as soon as you launch Tabor, it actually pops up the B-haptics window for you. And as long as you have your vest powered on, it will open itself up and it will activate for you automatically. So it's like, I mean, literally, it's like putting a jacket on. Like if you're like, okay, I need to go VR, I'm going to take a jacket off, well, because it's going to be hot. You could just do this instead. Leave your shirt on, just put your vest on, and then make sure you hit the power button, and you're in. So it's not like you even got to like open a menu up. So I mean, we say all the time that it's like friction, but more and more it gets easier and easier. Now, if you have to like launch stuff, and you have to like, if it's like, you got to use Melon Loader, and it's not in the game, and you got to like mess around with it, I agree 100%.
Alex says, just put the damn vest on.
Yeah.
Just put it on, dude.
So
Seriously,
here's the thing.
Put
with
it on the
me.
back of your chair, leave it there, and then just pop it on every time you get in.
I don't have one, so that's my
That's
my
the
first
friction
problem.
That's the biggest friction.
That's the
I don't have one to put on.
point.
So for me, it's not about that extra step of putting the vest on. You're right, Mash. It's super easy to do and quick. For me, it's always I forget that I have it, and by the time I'm in the VR and I'm ready to play a game, and then I figure it out, I'm not ready to stop and take anything that makes me pull the headset away from my eyes is just a friggin' annoyance to me at that point, and I'll just leave it over there. But when I do remember to take it, it's awesome, right?
It really is, and when it's done right too. Like I said, when the devs take time and they think about what they're doing in it, like and Alex did a lot of these early on. Like he was the one that was actually trying to go in and help the developers make sense of hit detection and where it goes, and like making sure that that games use the proper type of, like, you know, like Alex early on, I remember he was saying that, like, he wanted every gun in the game to have a different haptic feel.
Oh, wow.
So if you had 5 different guns in a game, he wanted to make sure that that a pistol didn't have the same haptic vibration as, you know, as an AR, you know, or you know, or shotgun, you know, and you know, it's like the same thing that they're going to be going through with Tabor right now to make it like super realistic. They want to make sure every weapon feels different. And then the hit detection, they want to make sure that if you get hit in the front, you feel it in the front. If you get hit in the back, you feel it in the back. And then the same thing with, you know, your face haptics. And you know what? Alex is sending me he has this extra set of like the gauntlets, the arm ones. So he's sending me those. I can't wait.
Alex, bro, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
Lesser Logic joining us, as is Gabriel 004. Hello, gentlemen. Good to see you. Someone else. It's VR. It's free VR real estate. Says, you know who else likes the friction?
My mom.
Yes, she
Lots
does.
of friction. Lots of friction.
So, Quest version. You know, these things that we're talking about, B haptics. You know, it's all well and good, but there are some advantages to getting the Quest version over the Steam version, other than just cross-buy, at least for the time being. This game is updated from the Quest version. I don't just mean in terms of graphics. They've done some, they've listened to people's feedback, and they've gone in and, you know, there was only a handful of criticism this game ever got in the first place, but they've done something to address pretty much everything that people criticized them on before. So first of all, the reload mechanic. Before, it had like Farpoint style reloading where you just stick your gun up in the air and it would auto reload. Now it's not full manual reloading, but what they have is something like Pop 1, where when your clip runs out, it pops out and then you manually push it back up in there to reload. And the cool thing about that, Eric, is you don't have to do it with your hand. You can smack it on your body. You can smack it on the wall, whatever's close. And
you know who else loves when you smack it on her body? And on the wall.
And the wall.
I always forget to do that though, Wes. Do you actually do it in game? Like we know, like, you know, we have like the inside track, so we know all these like things that they put in the game. But I always forget to do it. Like, and when I'm always scrambling to reload, and I'm like, all I got to do is like tap it against my leg or tap it against my head. And instead, I'm always trying to fumble to get my hand up to where I can hit the magazine to push it back in. Man, I always forget.
I reload it off my chest every time.
You really?
Yeah, I've made a habit out of it. Well, it's not just that. I've played other games recently that have the same thing going on, so I'm just kind of used to it now. And yeah, I've been doing one-handed reloads with this thing.
That reload feels good though, right? Like,
yeah, it's almost seamless. The only complaint that I even had about it was that there's not a button press manual. So like if you have two rounds left in the chamber, you can't reload in between enemies. But here's the cool thing. By the time the people that are watching this get the game, that'll be in there, because I went back to them and I told them to add it in, and they said, okay, we'll do
How
that.
freaking cool is that for you now? And guys, I can attest to this. I was in the meeting when Wes said it, and they were like, you know what? We don't have enough buttons. And Wes was like, how about a thumbstick press? And they're like, that's a great idea. How cool is it for you now, Wes, that you are influencing games and how they're played directly?
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool thing, right, to have that kind of an impact, and it's a small thing, but it's
Big
one
deal.
less thing one less thing that people are going to be able to criticize them about on launch day. See,
Right.
this is stuff that we've been doing for years, is giving feedback and having developers make their game better. But it's cool now that we're doing it on this side of the launch day versus after when the game comes out. It's going to be a big deal for them, not to have that negative statement in their reviews, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, no, and I think it's a big deal. Like, I mean, because again, the version that we're playing right now, it's not in there yet. You know what I mean? We're playing an early version, and I can't use it yet. And I'm like, I want it. I've been wanting to do that. I keep trying to do that. Like, it makes so much sense because you always get to that point where you only have a couple of rounds left, and like, I need to have a full clip before I come out and come out of cover and try and attack. And you're like, I don't have it. So when it releases and you guys are in there doing it, it's gonna feel awesome. And you're gonna have the new reload mechanic that the Wes is talking about, which is, again, I think it's a good hybrid. I think it's a good compromise. And then you have this new reload with the thumb press, where you can reload anytime. I think it's awesome.
Can you reload? Can you smack it on an enemy? Wolvie wants to know.
I haven't got that close to an enemy. Like, I take these guys out from distance. You might be able to. I don't know. I would think so, probably.
Did you know they'll melee you when you get too close?
Really?
How that happened today, I was actually running near a character, near one of the NPCs, and I got like another one got like behind me, and I went to turn to run away from the one that was in front of me, and I was right up on top of this guy, and he actually took the butt of his freaking rifle and started hitting me with it.
He was.
Dude, that's something else. That's something else that's updated for these new versions of Hubris. Updated enemy AI. They don't just stand there like mindless drones anymore and let you kill them. They actually move around and make it a little bit more difficult. And they've also rebalanced the difficulty levels. So if you thought the game was a little bit easy before, which a lot of people did, not the case anymore. And I don't know about you, Ruuts. I started right away on the hardest difficulty here, and I found it perfect.
That's crazy. I was right in the middle. What did it start you on? Normal, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me. Wes is like, let's crank this shit up. I have to talk myself out of going backwards on easy. Like, you could go through quick routes. I'm like, no, but like, Wes will look at me weird. I don't want to be judged.
Don't judge me, Wes.
That's right. But no, that is good. I like that because it did seem a little bit easy in the first time around, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about you, Eric? You playing on normal or on hard?
Playing on normal. I can see when you go to hard, though, it's going to be freaking hard because even normal, when you get in farther in the game, the combat gets a lot heavier. Like, I don't know, if you've only played through like the first few parts of this game and never really gotten into the middle or the end of it, it gets way more combat than you think. Like, combat really starts to amp up, and like you said, the new AI is really good. So I mean, I died just today. I played through this game several times on several different platforms now. I died like 3 or 4 times tonight where I was like, damn, I got to stop. I have to use the cover more because I can't be out in the open. Because they'll the drones and then the NPCs will just take you out, man. So I think there's a lot of combat here, and I think it's great.
I think Wes is looking at you weird now, Mash. A little different. You died 4 times on normal?
I did on normal. Yeah.
New enemy types. Just a lot going on here. Beyond gameplay stuff, they've also kind of changed the vibe up of the game a little bit. And Ruuts, one of my favorite things that they've added into the game versus the original Steam version is this dynamic ambient soundtrack. So there's music to the game now that wasn't there before, and it's not just like songs that are playing. It's that kind of almost orchestral, low in the background. They set the mood, right? When danger's coming. They drive the tension with the kind of the sounds that the game is making, and it really does. It feels like a more polished, immersive experience with that going on.
Yeah, it was really good, and it was so good that my mind just told me it was always there. I was like, because I did think, I was like, wow, this is really good. So that's cool. I'm glad they added that, and so it just shows you it's never too late to keep tweaking your game and adding, and like you said, fixing stuff that some people might have even thought what didn't need to be fixed, and it just made it so much better.
Eric, this really was one of my favorite parts of going back to Hubris. Is just how good the ambient sounds and music is in the game now. I mean, it's exceptional, isn't it?
It's really good. I mean, it gives you more of that sense that this is you're playing through a movie almost. You know what I mean? It gives you that sense that it's and this goes to it shows you a little bit behind the scenes of like what Cyborn, which is the development company behind this, is all about, because they're not just a game development studio. They are a studio that does movie work, and they do virtual production work. And you can tell that they have that, when they put these things in here like this. And I wish they had done it from the beginning, even with the Steam version. I think sometimes they don't trust themselves because they think they don't need it or shouldn't do it. And, they took the criticism and they put it in there. And it goes to show you, because when they put it in there, they do it so well because they know how to do it. There was just either an oversight on their part, or they just didn't think they should have it in there. And a lot of times, like I said, I don't think they just trusted themselves enough in the first, in the Steam version. So, there's so many different things here. Like if you're like, if don't do this, don't be like, I played it already. I've already done this, because you'll do yourself a disservice. You need to go back and play this again, because it's markedly different. Like Wes was saying, the music, the gunplay, the enemies are different. The AI is harder. The voice acting, Wes, is different. It's better, way better.
Yeah. They've redone some of not all of it, but some of the voice acting is redone. And you're right, it's better. It's almost like they had members of the dev team, or the members of the studio do the voiceovers before, and not the case anymore. They've got legit voice actors doing it now.
Yeah.
Our friends from Six Sense Studios in the chat says, who's played Lon? I have, and it's funny that Lon's showing up here. Lon is in a very special club with Hubris, as they both kind of came out so late last year that I don't feel like they got their just due. I mean, it was in the holiday season when these games came out, and they got overlooked. A lot of press outlets had chosen their games of the year and their awards and stuff by the time these games came out. So when I was in Hubris earlier and playing it and thinking about how much better it is now than it was before, I started thinking about Lon naturally, and when Lon might be coming to PSVR2. And I literally thought to myself, I need to contact Six Sense and check in on that PSVR2 version. So if you guys want to break some news in the chat here, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I'm just going to send you an email next week anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the Steam version is markedly different, I think, now than the version that we played early on.
That's true.
And I haven't had an opportunity to get back in there, since we played it for the show. So I think it's probably even, definitely want to know about the PlayStation version, but I know that they've done a lot of work to it, so we probably owe it another go on the Steam version.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, Old School Game Cat is joining us, as is Old Darth. What's up? Good to see you. What's up, Space Dennison? Good to see you as well. Thanks for hanging out with us. So yeah, again, in summary, Hubris is coming to Quest 2 on Thursday. It's an exceptional upper tier Quest game. It's one of those in the upper echelon, and $30, cross-buy enabled. So if you already own it on Rift Store, you don't have to buy it again. All of these upgrades and updates that we've been talking about to the game, this stuff is coming to Steam, but not right away. These are upgrades that are going to be available only on the Oculus Store and the PSVR 2 for a little while. So again, if you're weighing out your choices here, whether to buy it on Steam or buy it on Oculus, or Meta, I guess they call it now, it's not a no-brainer, right? Especially when you put cross-buy into the equation. It's a very it's kind of a no-brainer. If you're playing on a Rift or a Quest 2, you probably want to get it from the Meta Store when it comes out this Thursday.
You know what is a no-brainer though, Wes? If you have a PlayStation VR 2, that to me is the definitive way to play this game.
I do want to ask you one question though before we move into that for you guys, because this was what I was thinking about. If you're somebody who's never played Hubris Steam and this is your first experience, like I sent D keys for the game yesterday, so I think she's going to be getting in to the Quest 2 and the PlayStation VR 2 version And she's never played it on Steam. If you're one of those people that were like, I just can't play it, I don't have a PC, and I want to play it, and you love it, is this one of the best Quest 2 games you've ever seen? Like, is this Red Matter 2 good? I mean, like, what do you guys think?
Mm.
I think it's Red Matter 2 good in a lot of ways. I think the only way it isn't is what I said before, where like things off in the distance, at least on the outside, are a little, you see a little bit of shimmery anti-aliasing or whatever, which I don't remember seeing anything like that in Red Matter 2. But I'll tell you what, this is probably damn close to one of the best looking games I've seen on the Quest 2. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's in that class. It's difficult to sit here and say that it's better than our Quest 2 game of the year. I mean, Red Matter 2 might be the best Quest game that there is, period. But it's certainly in that discussion and in that class. I would call it a must-own if you like adventure games, if you like story-driven shooters. Definitely, this is one of the best games that's on Quest right now.
And they nailed the movement in general, right? Like the movement in general, climbing, jumping, parkour,
Swimming.
everything. The swimming. There's only
Swimming's
one other
awesome.
game that has swimming like this, and this is, I guess, the second one that's had that kind of swimming, and it's amazing. So.
I mean, there are areas in this game where you have to jump to a ledge and grab the ledge, and it works.
Right.
And it works. So that's saying something.
The climbing is
it's
perfect.
It's
It's
so
just
good.
really perfect as far as how good it is.
Almost perfect. And we'll talk a little bit about that as we move on into PlayStation VR2. So I actually played this on Quest before I played it on PSVR2, and I was blown away. And I was asking myself as we got the keys to PSVR2, do I really need to play this again? Is it really going to be that much better? Ruuts, it's that much better, right? Like the PlayStation VR2 version of this game is you said it's the definitive version of the game. It just, when you get into that headset with that OLED panel, and they do make full use of the eye tracking and foveated rendering, I mean, it just feels more real on PlayStation VR2, doesn't it?
Yeah. I was marveling at just like the way the rocks and the formations and everything just look like real rocks, like real a real mountain, right? I feel like the haptics, the adaptive triggers were amazing, and the guns felt amazing as well. I think that the haptics in general were really good, and it just definitely amazing.
I think
Old
every
school
every Quest user should just do this for the next 10 minutes. Go la 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 la. Don't want to listen to anything. Don't listen to anything we say.
Well, here's the thing: a lot of those Quest 2 users don't have PlayStation VR, and
Ignorance is bliss.
And I think the moral of the story is that if all you have is Quest 2, a lot of the times these people get the shit end of the stick with regards to these multi-platform games. Not the case here. Like, the Quest 2 version is exceptional, and you absolutely should buy it if you have a Quest 2, and that's all you've got. Old School Game Cat wants to know is if the PSVR 2 version is out on Thursday the 22nd as well. It is. And again, we are giving away 2 copies.
Oh, wow.
To people who leave comments on this video. So after the show, go down and leave a comment that says you want to enter the giveaway. And we're going to draw winners on Sunday. And if you win, if we draw your name, we'll have you the key on Thursday right away. So you're not going to have to wait. You'll be able to play your free copy of Hubris, courtesy of our friends at Cyborg. Anyway, Eric, Hubris was already among the very best looking games on PCVR. I was hopeful when we got the PSVR 2 version that it would be close to that. Like, as long as it's in that ballpark, I'm going to be happy. How in the world did they make this game look better on console than it even does on PC?
It's so weird. It's weird for me when I get into a game that I've already played and I already thought was like so amazingly good on Steam and PC VR, But then you get into this version, and I get giddy. Like I get like that scene, the scenes that you see again that you were like, you know, a year ago or a year and a half ago that were blowing us away in the demo. They made me smile again, like all over again. Like everything, and like I was seeing it for the first time. I'm like, wow, the colors are just so much better. Like everything just seems clearer for me. I don't know what it is, and like I don't know. Like I get it. Like the PlayStation is a more advanced headset right now. It's one of the newer headsets out. It's got great lenses, you know, and the power of the PlayStation 5 is fantastic. But it's just more than that. It's more than being just, you know, OLED too. Like I always say, you know, OLED makes a huge difference, and it does, because the colors here are so much more vibrant than the PC version, that is really what impresses me a lot. But it's more than that. Like Ruuts is talking about, the rock formations look better. Yes, absolutely.
The stuff in the distance has detail now that it didn't have on PC.
Right.
Yeah.
That's eye tracking.
Yeah,
you know, that's
exactly.
the power
I
of eye
think
tracking.
exactly. Yeah, that. And again, you know, I say it too all the time. It's the OLED. The OLED makes a difference. There's just a couple of scenes, like even in the beginning on the ship. Like I noticed it directly, and I had to go back and watch it a couple of times. Is the scene in the ship when you're in the beginning, when you come out of cryo sleep and you're about to crash, and the lights go from being on to like that red alert thing, and the lights go dim. It gets dark, and there's like a red hue, like a red alert thing going on. The colors pop, and then when it gets dark, and then you can really see the OLED shine, it's pretty amazing.
How about that first view? When you first see the twin planet system Ruuts, when you come out of your cryo and it lets you see outside the ship, I mean, that's the attention getter, right? That's the wow moment that says, okay, we're in something different here. This isn't your typical indie game.
Yeah, absolutely. It was jaw dropping. And, you know, and like in the Quest version, I noticed when I looked at the planets themselves, looked phenomenal. It was just the space around. You know, it's hard to get all of that, but that was not the problem. The PlayStation VR2, it just like the whole scene. I love space in general, movies, games, VR. And I thought it was done really well.
You know what I love, Eric? I love when you upgrade your gun and you make your final selection, that effect that it has on it, with all those particle effects and bloom going on. There wasn't a time that I didn't smile when I saw that. Like every time I smiled.
It's like the small things, like, you know, it's like something simple, but it, like you see it and you're like, holy crap. And you just want to keep every time I did it, I was like, I mean, I can't wait to see that animation again, because it looks so freaking good, you know, and just things like, you know, sparks flying when, you know, you see something like, yeah, it was like, there's a couple of spots where you have like electrical overloads where you see like a blue arc, you know, flash across the screen, and it just looks so good. And it just pops. It pops way more than the Steam version. And, you know, that you can tell that they took their time and they worked on this version. They didn't just try and do they didn't just try and do the bare minimum and say, okay, let's just get it on there. You know, they really took their time and they made a difference with this one, and you can tell.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex VR in chat says PSVR is not super comfortable for me. It's hard to stay in that sweet spot. So for me, it's comfortable. Like I feel it feels very similar to the original PSVR, which was the most comfortable headset I think I've ever had on. With that said, that's a valid point about staying in the sweet spot. Now for me, I don't get out of it by a lot. Like I can't tell by looking that I'm out of the sweet spot, but then I'll move it like 2 millimeters, just barely move it, and everything comes into focus, and you realize that you were out of the sweet spot. So I do fidget with it probably once every 20 or 30 minutes. I'll adjust it a little bit. But again, it's not something that's super bothersome to me, because luckily for me, it's comfortable. So I don't ever get like any discomfort with it. Like some people do. Everyone's head's different, and everyone has a different preference in terms of what type of head strap works best for them. Halo straps work the best for me.
Are you
I
saying
actually had the
Alex
same
VR
issue.
has a weird head?
Well, that too, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying it's different than everyone's.
Weird. No, weird. Yeah, weird. Different is weird. I actually had the same issue. I had the same exact issue, and I got an aftermarket strap. It's a top strap that runs vertical from the front to the back, and it helps. It doesn't allow the headset to drop, because that's what happens to me with these Halo-style headsets, is after I wear it for a little bit, the front kind of just falls down. It does have a small sweet spot, but move even a little bit, you have a tendency to lose it. But this top strap, and it was cheap. It was like $10, I think. I got it from Tyco Tech. Ty Hurd, he makes some stuff, and I think it's $10 or $15 on his Etsy store. So it's super cheap, and it goes the way it goes on is super. It's not coming off. The way it goes on is super smart. And like I said, it can't drop because when you do a top strap like that, there's no way it can drop. As long as you have the Velcro tight enough, it can't drop on your face, and you won't lose the sweet spot anymore.
How's it
I
friction?
feel sorry for people that have
Weird heads.
that have long hair because
yeah.
it sits on your head differently, right? Like the back end of the PSVR band goes way low on the back of your head,
Mm-hmm.
and the front part is supposed to sit high on your forehead. That way the visor just hangs in front of your face, and it's very different than any of the Quest straps. And if you have like a ponytail or something back there, that's going to get in the way. And I think I saw Jasmine's video, her PSVR2 review video, and I think literally it's just the way she keeps her hair is what made it so difficult for her to enjoy her time in there.
She should just do the Ruuts haircut.
Yeah, just shave it.
I guarantee your hair won't get in the way if you shave it. Now, people might look at you weird, but you'll be good to go.
Alex VR says, you know who likes my head?
My mom.
Oh, yes, she does. She loves it, actually.
So, Old Darth says, Red Matter 2 filled me with awe and wonder with its outer space vistas. Dude, you're going to love this then. And it's not the same. Like at Red Matter 2, the outdoor visuals had this kind of like Star Trek feeling to it. A lot of nighttime visuals and stuff like that. This is a little bit different because I would say it's more like a Horizon than a Red Matter 2, right? Only, unlike Horizon, distant objects are crystal clear in Hubris, where they were a little blurry and soft in Horizon. But it's that type of thing, right? Eric, we're like these vistas. Like after you rescue or find Agent Sienna, and you take her up to that loft, and they have a balcony out front, and there's all those planets and stuff. There's a mothership in the sky, and there's all types of enemy aircraft coming out of it. That just absolutely floored me, even more so than the opening scene of the game.
Yeah, I mean, because everybody knows that opening scene because that was the demo. But you're right, that scene, that whole loft is freaking cool looking anyway. Like even indoors, it's amazing. The little green room that they have in there looks freaking fantastic. And then when you step onto that balcony and you see how far you can look, like literally, I don't know if I've ever seen another game where I can see clearly that far away. Because that mothership that you're looking at seems like it's so far away, but you can see it clearly. And like there's like purple streams of like a jet stream of these spaceships that are flying out of it. It just looks still so vibrant, so far away. You're right. It's just it is. You get that awe-inspiring moment. That's what I'm talking about. When you get giddy inside of a game that I've already played and already had that feeling, when you get it again because it's a new headset and it just looks that much better, it's like these are like super special moments that you don't get all the time in VR that we wish we had all the time. And this game just gives it to you. It really does, man. And I can't say enough about how the visuals of this game. Horizon's a very good comparison to this game, except I think if you were upset with the action in Horizon, I think you got more gunplay here and more action here than Horizon.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of action.
For sure. More gunplay. They traded some climbing for gunplay, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm good with.
Virtual Slayer Cat with the $10 Canadian says, "Damn you guys! Every time I come in here, I end up buying 3 or 4 games." It all started with Light Brigade. There's another great one.
Yeah, that's one of the best games to start with, right there, Light Brigade. I'll tell you what, this is an amazing game. It's an amazing adventure game. Great story. Like you guys were saying, that even the acting is better now, and just amazing.
So here's the reason why that is Virtual Slayer Cat. The reason why is that we try really hard to not play shitty games. Like most channels will play whatever's out that week just so they can tell people if something's good or not. The way you know something's not good here is because we're not talking about it and we're not playing it. So that's kind of the difference. Some people might think we're overly optimistic about all the games. We're not. There's a lot we don't like. We don't like doing negative content, and we just don't talk about those games.
Right. And I just
I
don't
mean,
want to waste time in bad
occasionally,
games.
yeah, occasionally, you know, we'll have the unfortunate situation where we misjudge how good a game's going to be, and we've already said we're going to cover it, so we do. And in that situation, we have to be negative. I felt we were really kind of negative last week with some of the titles that we covered. But that's how it was. We decided what we were going to cover that week, and they turned out not to be as good as we thought. And that's just happens sometimes.
Yep.
You got to be fair. You got to be fair with your judgment, right? I mean, even though we kind of like behind the scenes with this game, I think it would be disingenuous if we came in and we're like, we just, we just wouldn't have covered it at that point. I think, right? I mean, we would have just been like, let's just pass on it. We won't say anything. And if you know that we're talking about it, that we put it out there every time, that we know how like valuable everybody's money is, and I would never want to tell anybody to buy a game I didn't think was worth the money, because you do that one time and then it's over.
Old School GameCat is calling us out for spoilers. Did we spoil something?
I think you said when you find Agent Cyanna, which is a little bit of a spoiler.
Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of what you're doing is find Agent Cyanna. It's your first task in the game is find Agent Cyanna. But I'm sorry, my bad. I guess it is a spoiler, technically. So I apologize.
Wow. I'm glad we stopped the show to make sure everybody caught it, and now everybody got the spoiler.
I know, right?
Well, I mean, you pretty much know that's going to happen.
That's true.
Whatever. I'm sorry. Old Darth says, is a Hubris sequel planned? Originally, Cyborn said that they had 8 planned. So whether or not they make all 8 of them, I guess will depend upon the success of this and subsequent titles. But yeah, the original plan was to make this a huge series. So
not just a series too, because I know they still have plans and they still have things done where this is, you could see this, I don't know if it's guaranteed, but they have talked about this being a TV series,
really,
with Netflix and having comic books. And this is again, when I said Cyborn is more than just a game development studio, they have their hands in a lot of things. They are a virtual production company. So they do a lot of different things. So I think you're going to see a lot of different things in the world. And when they said that they have a story already done, and I think they had like a lot of comic books done, they said you would see things in either the Netflix series or in the comic books that will harken back to the video game, like Easter egg kind of things.
Visuals aside, I mean, we could sit and just talk endlessly about how beautiful the game looks, how great the soundtrack is. Ruuts, they take full advantage, right, of all of the PlayStation VR2's special features, and that's kind of the next thing I want to talk about is how the weapons feel. They really do a good job of utilizing the adaptive triggers in this game, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It feels really good. And it feels good to see a developer actually use, like you said, all of the hardware. Like, what's the point of a company making all this advanced hardware, eye tracking and advanced haptics, if half the devs out there don't use it? And it should be a no-brainer, but to me, the good devs are the ones that are using it, and they nailed this game. And it doesn't surprise me that they've got their hands in all sorts of other things in virtual reality, because they clearly know what they're doing. And I can't tell people enough. Like, if you don't, this PSVR2 game is copy. It's just it just looks so good. It plays so well. The sound is so much better than it was before. Like, I was blown away like you guys. I just can't see how somebody doesn't buy this, especially at the cheap price of $30. That's it.
It's a $60 game. It feels like a $60 game. It feels like, like what was it? Like Half-Life Alyx was $60, right? It feels like any other $60 game you would buy.
Yeah. So
it's on that level of quality. It's on that level of quality. It isn't quite as long as a game like Half-Life Alyx or Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. So I think that's why it's maybe priced a little bit less. But with that said, it's certainly better than a $30 game. Like, This is a $40 to $50 game easy. I think it would be a no brainer even at $40. So to get it for 30 is really an exceptional bargain.
Yeah, and the adventure on this, I don't think there's many games out there that are like this, especially on PlayStation VR2. This is just probably one of the better, or if not best games on the console, right next to a few others. So
it's like Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. Take the Star Wars out and add a lot better like platforming and exploration style stuff, and that's what you've got here. It's on that level.
Dude, if you put Star Wars in this game engine, that would be sick.
Yeah. Star Wars didn't look this good. Not even close.
No. It was good in the PlayStation,
good.
especially the PlayStation. It was okay on the Quest, but it was really good in the PlayStation. But to me, it's the movement and the adventure part of it. Like I hated the backpack. I still hated the backpack. It got better, but I
jump.
I want to climb. I want to move around. I want to do different. I want the jump. I want the swimming. Like I said, if you took Hubris off of this and put George Lucas in this and put the Star Wars universe in this, oh my God, this game would be one of the best games ever made.
Yeah.
I want to see Cyborn collaborate with Vertical Robot and make a Star Wars game.
Holy shit. That would be huge.
Get on it, Sony. Break your pocketbook out.
Yeah, bring it out.
So anyway, a great game. And another one I feel like that's going to be in that conversation at the end of the year, guys. Like, how could we not? Like, I know we've had some great titles this year, but I mean, this one's in the conversation for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's absolutely one of the best PlayStation VR2 games I played and one of the best Quest 2 games I played this year so far.
It's amazing, right? Because they have such a small team, and to think for a moment that they were developing both of these at the same time and they're as good as they are now and they're coming out on the same day. That's just mind-blowing to me.
What's crazy is, like you were saying, Eric, I think you were saying earlier about the PC version. Like when I played it, it was just the Quest version was nowhere on my radar. I didn't think it was possible. I thought that there's no way this is coming to Quest. It's that good on PC and that amazing on PSVR2, and to see how good they brought it to Quest and kept everything like you said, the joy of the game is the movement, the gameplay, the action, just everything, the story, and then it looks amazing on top of it. So
okay, I do have to say one negative thing though, because I do have a small nitpick with the game, and I know, right? You said the climbing was perfect earlier, Ruuts. It's
perfect.
Almost perfect.
Almost perfect.
It's almost perfect. I do have an issue with the way you have to angle your hands sometimes. Like when you're climbing and something's directly in front of you, it's fine. But when things are like over top of you or you're climbing down and your hand's at an angle, it still wants you to angle your hand like it's right in front of you. So sometimes when you're reaching down to grab something, it won't grab it. Unless you turn your hand backwards like this, and then it'll grab it. And it's something you can get used to and kind of adapt with. But it's not comfortable to do.
I never noticed that because I do that in real life anyway. No, I'm just kidding. How weird would that be? Yeah, I never noticed that, but I guess maybe I just.
I think it's more on the inside when you're like trying to grab the pipes and stuff, right? Well, like if you're trying to go like if you're trying to not to climb up and trying to climb down more is where I think it's more noticeable. But did you notice it on the Quest 2 version though?
Not as bad, and that's something else that I feel like the Quest 2 has a little bit over the PlayStation version is just the general tracking. Like on Quest 2, the climbing was a little bit better, but it wasn't just the climbing. Like it was easier to pick items up off the ground and use like the force grab, so to speak, and I was a lot better. Magically, my aim was a lot better on the Quest version. Like I was a crack shot. I wasn't missing on Quest. Where with PlayStation, I kind of had to find my way to the target a little bit. And I think that's all chalked up to the Quest 2 having a little bit better tracking.
Or a better aim assist, maybe. No,
that's possible. That's possible, I guess. If it were just shooting, I would say that's maybe a possibility, but it was more than just the aiming. It was, again, picking things up and climbing. All that stuff was better on Quest.
Isn't it weird to think that gravity hand or force grab didn't exist really before Half-Life Alyx, and now it's kind of like just the standard and everything, right? Like every game has it just about, right?
You know what
Yeah,
I'd like to see them do to kind of remedy this, Eric, and I don't know how hard it would be to implement on a technical level, but the PlayStation has frigging eye tracking in it. Like if you're looking at an object and grabbing with your hand, you'd think they could tie that together and make it so that the tracking doesn't matter as much.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point that I think we'll see in the evolution of games going on the PlayStation as the developers start to understand this, a lot better. I think that is a really good point that we'll probably start to see more of that. People using developers using the eye tracking to assist, not just as a function of itself as eye tracking, but using the eye tracking as an assist for the hand tracking or the controller tracking or for something else. Just like they use it, for foveated rendering and help with the graphical performance. So I just think that'll take time and that'll take, remember this is super early technology still. I mean, a lot of these developers are just now getting an idea of what the hell they can do with eye tracking. So what we see eye tracking a year from now is going to blow you away probably what they're doing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's a new tech, right? And Toby's had the tech for a while, but the big game makers haven't, right? This has been something that you see on at trade shows, not in consumer products. So now that the devs have time to kind of learn it and play with it, it's going to go like all the other tech went. And as time goes on, it's just going to get better and better and better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, so that's Hubris. Go buy it. Again, if you don't want to buy it, you want to win a copy, just leave a comment down below that says you'd like to enter the giveaway. Platform of your choice, Quest 2 or PlayStation, either or, winner's choice. We're going to pick 2 winners on Sunday, and good luck to everyone.
Firewall Ultra when? Alex VR wants to know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it feels like it's coming soon. I've heard other content creators say that they're getting worried about it. I don't know why. I don't understand. Like, maybe they know something that I don't, but it feels like Firewall Ultra is coming soon. I would imagine sometime this summer or early fall on that one.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I want it now.
Well, Raza says, where'd it go? He said something about if he had a PSVR2, he'd be tearing down his ceiling. I almost tore down my ceiling earlier today, Eric, when we were in VR workout and doing those jumps.
I know,
like
me too.
I smacked my ceiling fan.
You need for the jump part of that, you need 8-foot ceilings at least. Like I think I have 7.5-foot ceilings here in this room, and I was like, I could not. If I jumped any more than I would be hitting my head in the ceiling. I think.
What? Fuck, man. What kind of room do you guys live in? You're like, I'm trying to imagine jumping up and hitting my ceiling, and I mean, I guess I've got a good 7 feet, but I'm also not as tall as you are, Eric. So
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
You really got to move in that game, man. That game is no joke. That's no Beat Saber. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work out in Synth Riders, or I'm gonna work out in Beat Saber. This you actually have to get down and get into a push-up stance. You have to get into a crunch stance on the floor. You have to be able to pop back up, and you're constantly up and down and up and down, and that's not even that we were doing everything on medium and easy. I'm gonna die, Wes. I'm gonna die.
No
way I'm getting through this thing.
Don't die or mashed. I think that might be bad.
Ruin the contest.
It'll ruin the contest. I'd lose a friend. Nothing good comes out of that match.
So again, for those of you who tuned in late, Eric and I, starting next week, are entering a content creator competition where a bunch of our friends and then a bunch of fairly popular VR content creators are getting. We have 15 entrants into the contest. At the end of 5 weeks, the winner is going to get a Quest Pro. So we got to try, Eric. I want that Quest Pro.
I know.
What determines the winner?
Leaderboard.
Okay.
Yeah, the game gives you points for how well you hit the targets and what kind of streaks you get going on. It's almost scored kind of like Beat Saber, but it's way harder than Beat Saber.
Yep. So the more you do it, you're gonna get You're gonna get points, but the better you do while you do it, you'll get points too. So it's not just about how often you do it; it's about how well you do and how hard you work when you're in there doing it.
Yeah, it's not a weight loss competition. It's not about body fat or any of that stuff. It's mainly based around effort. who tries the hardest is probably going to be the one that wins. But at the end of 5 weeks, the leaderboard is going to pick the winner. We felt like that was something that was fair to everyone. And yeah, hopefully we get that Quest Pro. And the cool thing about it is that the people at VR Workout are so generous that they're not only giving the winner of that a Quest Pro, they're giving one away to the viewers as well. And all you have to do is click the link to enter. And again, there goes the link in the chat for those of you who didn't catch it.
There you go. Good idea.
One of the things that you can get entries for is joining the VR Workout Discord. And I'm the manager over there. So come in and say hi.
Yeah, go say hi to Wes. And guys, it's free. You know what I mean? You just go download it. It doesn't cost you anything, and then you get a ton of entries just for downloading it. So, you know, the base workout part of it is free. So go do it.
I don't understand why you're going to even try Wes, because Mash already said that he was saying he's going to beat Mateo. He's got this down.
Listen to the list. I can't remember them all, but there's like Mateo 311, Techman Jew, like Atom Bomb Body, who is like ripped. Dude, she works out constantly.
She used to do fitness competitions.
Yeah. You know,
Reese the King, right?
Yeah, Reese the King.
Yeah.
You know, Jay Bratt, who works out constantly in Supernatural every day. You know, Todd's in it. He's a Canadian. Who knows what he can do?
Tigress X, Arthur Worldly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like so many awesome content creators. Todd's in it. Alex VR.
Justin Weebs, who's like, you know, he's 25 and he's ripped and he's gonna freaking. The only shot I have here is I don't sleep and I will just do this constantly. That's the only shot I have.
Yeah. Well, you got
Let's do it.
The only one who could probably do it. Wes doesn't really sleep either, so he's probably got a good chance too.
Plus, I'm running it, so.
Yeah, there you go. Just gotta like fix it somehow.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, enough on Hubris. It's amazing. It's awesome. It doesn't matter what platform you're playing on, except for Steam. But I got to imagine that that Steam isn't going to let that lie. I mean, you remember when we covered the Steam contracts and stuff, right? They put it in the contract that their version has to be the best version. So I'm sure in pretty short order, Hubris is going to be updated on Steam as well. But it doesn't matter what platform you're playing on. $30, no brainer. Even the version that's out already is going to get an update and get better too. It's awesome.
It was a no-brainer before. It's even more now, right? Of a no-brainer.
Yeah. Again, we're giving 2 away too, so enter the giveaway. And speaking of games we're going to be giving away on Sunday, let's talk about the other game we're giving away on Sunday that just came out this past week. Pixel Ripped 1978. Ruuts, a lot of speculation over the years about what the next Pixel Rip game was going to be. Some people said it would be 2000, 2004. They were way off, right?
They were way off. Yeah, it's I guess what's kind of interesting to me is the fact that this was I guess this one, Mash, and you'd know more because you did that interview with her that I had watched. Was supposed to be the first one, right? Like this iteration of where this in this time frame, or no? Correct.
That's right.
I'm sorry,
no.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Mash talked to her about that or not.
Or
but
maybe it was you. Somebody.
Yeah, I talked about it. She said that there was originally 3 or 4 games planned, and 78 was always supposed to be the first one.
Yeah.
And they kind of went in a different order, Eric, with the way that they released them. But it's cool now because we get a prequel to an origin story for the Soblin Lord, right?
Yeah, and this goes back to my wheelhouse. I mean, I was around for all of them, but man, this was the beginning of gaming for me. So it's super cool. I mean, 1978, and actually they have one of the levels here. They actually go back to the year of my birth, 1972.
Oh god!
When you actually go back to that point, and it's
Ancient.
super cool, man. It this brings so many nostalgic vibes back. I absolutely, think about if you played like the 1995 or what was the other one, 1986.
1989.
1999. So if you played either one of those, you got the vibes of like the PlayStation, early PlayStation, or if you got the vibes of the Game Boy, that era, you're gonna get the vibes here. If you grew up in the 70s and 80s or 80s. and you remember the Atari system and the games and the music and just anything, you're going to get those nostalgic vibes automatically that just make you smile.
How perfect is
for
it
sure.
that the timing worked out the way it is? I like to call it God's timing, but like because it didn't end up being the first one, they were able to get the two games out. Atari noticed the game, they became a part of it. It became something that it wasn't originally gonna be. If it had came out originally in 1978, they wouldn't have had Atari. They wouldn't have had Centipede. You know what I mean? Like that to me is part of the magic. When I saw that it was actually Centipede, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like these are games that you remember, like not some knockoff title that's like close to it. It's the real fucking title. That means a lot. And actually having the real Atari system is huge as well. I just think it's super cool.
Yeah, and by the way, where are our manners? We want to thank the people at Atari. We want to thank the people at Arbory for being so cool and providing us review access to this game. So, people want to know just how good this game is. And I've said in terms of gameplay, it's probably a little bit better than the other ones to me. I like the fact, Eric, that you're in first person a lot inside the game in this version. So the whole hook with Pixel Ripped is it's a nostalgia trip. It's a lot of gimmick. It's a lot of novelty in terms of what they're offering up. But the gameplay's typically pretty cool, and you're bouncing back and forth from playing a game on a 2D flat screen to being in the game and playing from a first person perspective. Typically, though, you're playing a lot more 2D than you are 3D, and it seems like they're leaning a lot more into the VR aspect of it this time around.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, each one of these games has its own little feel to it, and how they decided they wanted to bring you in and out of different perspective changes, whether you're in in a platformer or into the VR portion of it. And this one was no different. Like it was cool the way they kind of moved you in and out from like playing like with an Atari controller, that goofy Atari controller with the joystick and the one button, then all of a sudden you get two buttons, and they just keep changing it up. And I don't know about you guys, but one of the coolest ones that I saw that made me have that feeling of how they VR-ified things was the Breakout one when you're in the living room back in the 70s, in the 72. They do like a Breakout one where you actually get to like move the controller, but then all of a sudden it brought me vibes of like Astrobot, because then you're actually like grabbing stuff out of the environment, and you're playing the game, but then you're grabbing stuff out of the environment, throwing things, and it was just super cool the way they did that one.
Spoilers, what MASH? I didn't get to that part yet.
Damn it!
Now I really want to get to that. This is one of the games that I will admit, like especially when I was playing it, I've thought about it. I wanted to go back into it, haven't had a chance to, and didn't want to stop, which hasn't been the case for a while. So
time to play VR in the chat asks, Yo Wes, is Ruuts on the phone in the game?
I think so.
No, he's not.
Oh.
But I need to tell this story because I haven't told Ruuts yet. So when I start playing this game, I'm already a little salty, right? Because they asked me for my address, right? Because they said since we were part of the GDC thing that they wanted to send us a gift. A week, 10 days later, I start seeing on social media all these people pulling these awesome cartridges out, right? Mine never comes. So I'm already a little salty when I'm going into this game. One of the things that you do when you're playing the 2D parts, it's like other pixel rip games. You're multitasking. Things are happening around you, and you have to deal with it. One of the things is the phone keeps ringing. You have to keep answering it. So I start playing this game. I answer the phone, and there's Skiva. I answer the phone again. There's Gamertag VR. I answer the phone again. There's Eric. I answer the phone again. There's Jasmine. Okay, so like 3 of my co-hosts on the VR CruCast are doing voice parts in this game. Jasmine, who I work with, Paradise Decay, who's a good friend. They all have voice parts in this game. It keeps going. The phone rings again. There's Brian Paul. The phone rings again. There's AJ from Without Parole. The phone rings again. There's Miles from Without Parole. So I have 6 co-hosts at this point.
Everybody, dude.
Everybody except Wes
And Ruuts, apparently.
and Ruuts.
Todd
So-
didn't like it either.
Yeah. So now I feel like 6 co-hosts in the game, not me. All 3 of the other without Pearl hosts, but not me. I feel like they don't like me, Roots, and I thought these people were my friends.
I think they're just trying to hold out for the best for the next project. They're getting everybody else out of the way, and they're just waiting for the best. So
Tatum says that he was even got a credit as a playtester.
well, what's funny is I didn't realize anybody's voices on that thing. I just answered the phone a couple times, and I didn't know it was anybody's voice.
That's
No,
what
it was
Dee
cool,
said,
man.
too. That's what Dee said too. I'm like, Dee, did you hear anybody's voice that you recognized? She's like, what? No. I'm like, did you answer the phone? She's like, yeah, once. I said, you just let it keep ringing? She's like, yeah, I thought I would. So she never even heard anybody.
She said, "Fuck it, man." She used to answer the phone for a living. She's like, "I ain't answering that shit. I don't have to."
I actually haven't even heard mine yet. I haven't gotten to the point in the game. I'm like 3/4 of the way through the game. So I think, Wes, you heard me. I haven't even, I mean, I recorded it, so I know what I said, but I haven't heard myself in the game yet.
It's the worst one I heard.
Yeah, I heard you.
I
I
mean,
heard
It's the
you.
worst one. That's
It
what
was
somebody
the
told me,
worst
Eric.
one.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
No, it's cool, man. All jokes aside, I'm not joking. All jokes aside,
That is
it was cool. John Riggs had a role in there, and his
Yeah,
role was
Riggs
super
was in there.
elaborate. Mike VRO did like an actual video cameo for it that was fucking hilarious.
I did get a email from Anna months ago, and I just ignored it. No, just kidding.
Oh, why would you do that?
Yeah, nah, I just, I figured I would let MASH be in the game instead.
Right, that's fair.
Next time we're at the bar and Rodrigo and Ricardo are trashed, I'm going to give them so much
Yeah.
shit for this.
Well, here's the deal. What you can do, you can put Anna on the spot next week because I think you're going to join me.
Oh, that's
on the
right.
Show when we're going to interview Anna next week. So
I'm
you
going to
can
make her
lose-
so
man.
uncomfortable.
Oh, absolutely, you have to. Wait till Todd gets in there too. You and Todd are gonna I might just black my camera out and let you guys talk to her for 10 minutes.
Explain yourself.
Oh man.
I'm the guy that pronounces her name correctly. She can't even put me in her game.
I know. How do you say it? Hubris? You can't
Hubero.
pronounce the you can't pronounce
I can't
R.
roll
You
the
have to
tongue.
roll- You have to roll your
I'm
R.
not- yeah, I don't do that.
I live
I
in
don't
the
do
United
that for
States.
anybody.
I don't have to roll anything. Okay. I'm sorry. No teal days.
Careful,
either.
Roots. Careful.
Oh.
So yeah, back to the game. It's the worst game I've ever played. No, I'm just joking. No, it's good, man. It's on par with the other 2 Pixel Rip games. I think they're very fortunate for falling into this kind of nostalgia lane because most of us guys that are in VR from the early days are old guys, right? So this is right down our alley playing this stuff. And my first console was an Atari 2600, even though I really came into my own on Nintendo consoles. It was kind of cool to have that old joystick in your hand again, right? You know who loves to have that old joystick in her hand again?
Yeah, she does. It was weird. There was only one button. It made me nostalgic. I was like, because back then you either shot a gun or you jumped. There was no jumping and shooting. It was one or the other. So.
Anyway, what did you think, Roots, about the kind of main mechanic? This game's a little different versus the other games because it's all more about dimension hopping and solving puzzles. Even though they're not like classical puzzles, it's all about, going into the 3D world to progress in the 2D world, going into the 2D world to progress in the 3D world. And I feel like it added a layer of depth to the gameplay that the earlier Pixel titles didn't have.
Yeah, it absolutely did. And I felt like the gameplay in general, the action was way better this time. The gunplay, I just felt like there was just always something. I felt like everything was changing. It was constantly a different game. I didn't even get that far as you guys did. And I'm just really loving the game. Now I want to go back in and listen to Mash's lines and Skivas.
Yeah, well, you should go back into the game.
Alex is
definitely
in there
gonna-
too. Alex VR is in there too.
Is that the best one? Alex VR?
No, he's the worst. He's actually worse
He's
than
the
me.
worst.
I don't think I heard Alex. I played through the whole game. I don't think I heard Alex in there.
Really?
That somebody said
Yeah.
that too. Like I think Alex said like he didn't hear himself, or somebody said like, but Skiva said he heard him. So I don't know.
So, Ruuts, you should go back in and play the game, and here's why. You know, as much as I like the first person parts of it, it does get a bit samey and repetitive as you go on. Like as you get deeper into the game, the enemies kind of change the way they look, but they all kind of move and act the same. And you know, you're just spamming the trigger button. So after a while, that gets kind of old. But with that said, and I think Eric can. Did you finish it, Eric?
I didn't. I'm like 3/4 of the way through. So
Oh,
yeah,
well,
I haven't gotten exactly all the way through yet.
Well, this goes for you too then. The last level is the coolest level. Like, you get to the point where you think the game is, well, I don't want to say anymore. I don't want to
no
spoil
more
it.
spoilers, Wes.
But
Out.
the last level is the coolest level by far. It's something that I haven't seen done in VR yet. Maybe to some extent, but this takes it to a whole other level, what they do in the last level. And it's really, really cool and different from anything else in the game and anything else in any of their games. It's really cool. So I encourage you to keep going. It's not a long game. So you should keep going and
I'm
finish it.
definitely gonna go back in there. Alex VR says Anna messaged him and said there's a bug with his and Cass's audio. They're fixing it in the patch.
Well, maybe there's a bug. Maybe there's a bug with Twitter, and
Yeah,
that's why she didn't DM me.
Yeah, Wes's is in there. She just didn't get. They just clipped it from one of the episodes. They should have just done the my mom joke, and everybody would have got it. So
Oh my god, that would have been great.
that would have been great.
Scott, the PSVR Game Cat for Life, joining us. Just got off work. What is up, Scott? Thanks for joining us. What's up, Guido? Guido's here too.
What did you guys think of the shimmy? The shimmy? That one.
The
and
dance.
it was like
dancing.
doing like that, shaking her chest or whatever, throwing birthday cake at you or whatever.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
There's some weird
Yeah,
stuff, man. Like that, I love stuff like that, right? I was like, what is that? What is that character doing? So weird.
That was funny, right? Because it seemed like a dance move, something
Yeah.
I've seen before somewhere else. This kind of like, I don't know
Yeah.
what it's called, but then birthday cakes are flying at your face. It's crazy.
Yeah. You know who loves having things flying at her face?
My mom!
Yeah, she does.
Anyway, I mean, should you buy the game? Should you not buy the game? I think it's largely dependent upon how much this nostalgia affects you. I think if you were a fan of the other Pixel Rip games, you'll be a fan of this one as well. If you didn't like those, you're not going to like this one. I think as a whole, the series, it's slightly above average. It's fun. It's a fun trip, you know, once through. Not something that I'm going to go back and play repeated times. But for me, it's typically worth the price of admission for that first playthrough, even if the game is 3 hours long or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the humor is fun too. I mean, like the characters that are like in
it's
the
hilarious.
Atari office. I mean, that's kind of like what you mean. Besides the gameplay, you actually get to like, you're playing as a character who's playing in the Atari office. Way back before the game crashes. You know what I mean? Before the video game crashes. So like you have all these weird coworkers, and they come in and talk to you, and they're funny, and it's just the whole package is super cool.
Let me ask you this, Ruuts. I feel like this is a little different than the other games. I feel like the gameplay kind of makes it a little bit different. We already talked about the dimension hopping and the first person perspective. I think it's a bit of a trade-off though, because even though these are legit Atari titles from back in the day, I didn't recognize most of them. Like there was some cool like Easter eggs and references to like Missile Command. There was a little bit of Centipede in there. You do meet Yar. Meet a Yard face to face later on in the game. All that stuff was cool. But with that said, like I was more of a Nintendo generation kid. So I feel like the earlier games really kind of had more of that nostalgia factor for me than even this did. So it is a little bit of a trade-off. Would you agree with that statement? Like having the original IPs is cool, but I almost in a way got more nostalgic for the like knockoff Nintendo games versus the actual real Atari games.
Yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, the games that they showcased in here, are the games that they touched upon, like you said, most of them weren't ones you really knew. Whereas even though the other ones were knockoffs, they were familiar, and so it was like it still hit that nostalgia in you, even though it wasn't the actual game. And I, like even the first game with the teddy bear or whatever, I'd never heard of that. I mean, but I'm assuming every single game that they showed in here existed at some point. So yeah, I think it probably would be the same for me as far as that goes. Although I haven't, like I said, I haven't really gone far all the way through. So it'll be interesting to find out.
The later levels are cool. Like the later levels are cool. That's there was a little bit more of things you recognize later on, or at least for me, there was a little bit more stuff that I recognized later on, and just in general, like the way the levels look, like the last two levels are the best two levels in my opinion.
What are you guys' thoughts on getting an Atari? Dee was talking about, she's like, oh, I want to get now this makes me want to get an Atari, and I said, this is the thing that people forget when it comes to Atari, and I give credit to John Riggs and people like that really have a love for retro games. The gameplay sucks. Like the games back then were just sucked. Like so, like you're gonna get into
it ain't no Nintendo, is it?
No,
it ain't no Nintendo.
You're gonna get into that Atari and you're gonna be like, oh god, this is fucking horrible. At least the gameplay in this game was fun. Of the Atari games that they showed us. So, but most of the games, we have these memories of these amazing games. And I would equate it with Diablo Resurrected. When you see the actual graphics that used to be, you realize, shit, dude, that looked like crap. And at least that gameplay was fun. So,
Time to Play VR says the teddy bears from a game called Crystal Castle. Eric,
yep,
you were a bit more of an Atari gamer. Did you recognize these characters?
Yeah, some of them they kind of like they didn't use like the exact ones. Like his name was Bentley in the game, like Bentley's Adventure or something like that, and that was Crystal. But they did have like it's weird. They would have like a cartridge that said Bentley's Adventure, and then they would have a poster on the office wall that was from Crystal Castles. You know what I mean? So it's like they kind of use things in different ways, and I thought it was neat the way they did it. Like you said, they did have some they did pay homage to Missile Command and some other games in there. So it was super cool. I mean, the way they put this stuff in there, you will if you were a kid of the 80s, 70s, or 80s, you will recognize a lot of these, the games in there, or the little Easter eggs that you'll find in there. You'll recognize them.
Thank you, Scott. Scott, the PSVR game cap for life with the 199 pounds donation. Tip train, choo choo. Let's get the virtual strangers to 100K. Let's go. Let's do it. We're on our way.
97K left to go. We're almost there. That's crazy, man. I can't even imagine.
We can do it. We'll get there.
Look at GT, man, hitting 50K. That's crazy.
That's the thing. The more you get, the faster it grows. So you know who loves that?
My mom.
Yeah, she does.
Anyway, no, it's awesome. If you like this type of retro gameplay, you're going to love this game. I already know what Riggs nomination is going to be for the Riggs Game of the Year this year. It's going to be this, and rightfully so. This game is chock full of nostalgia, unique gameplay. It's still, 7 years in the consumer VR, it still is in a league of its own in this space, right? Nobody else is doing what they're doing. It's very creative, and they have a lot to be proud for.
Absolutely. Ironically, Eric, Crystal Castles, I played that 2 weeks ago, or was it when you guys came to Denver and we went to that retro arcade bar?
Right.
Yeah. I played it. So that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. You know what I love most about this whole thing with Atari and Arvory? And Wes, you probably talked to them too. The Atari rep that we talked to in GDC, when we were demoing the game, they were as excited for VR as we were to consume it. So Atari was really on board. I don't think this is the last we will hear of Atari in virtual reality. I think you'll see. There's a good possibility, number one, that they work with Arvory again, for sure. But I think there's a good possibility they may make their own VR game. They could do it. I could see them trying to take some of their IPs and bring them in.
Yeah, I agree.
Rito, first one to jump on the tip train, $20 US, says he's on board. Choo choo. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Guido. You
Hell yeah.
guys are fucking awesome. Thank you so much. We're on our way to getting that Apple Vision Pro Roots. It's going to happen.
It's coming, and we'll just rotate it between each other, right?
Yeah, it's going to have beautiful eye screens. It has eye screens, Roots. Come on.
Well, that's all you need. Come on, man.
Who doesn't
Come
want
on,
ice screens?
man.
All right, so moving along to our third and final title, the main event, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it up front. If this game crashes the way Undead Citadel crashed last week, it's just we're going to call it a show, ladies and gents. We've had a good show. I'm not going to make you all wait an hour for me to do technical difficulties. If it crashes, we'll try a couple times to get it up, but we're not going to do that again. It's late.
You know
Who hates it? Oh, damn it, Roots. Damn it, Roots.
Who hates it when you can't get it up?
Yeah, I was just that little bit late, man. Oh, man.
Yes.
Awesome Tatum, the next member on the tip train, the next passenger, says, "You know who else likes a train?"
Oh yeah, she does. The longer, the better.
That's
Awesome,
right.
dude.
She likes to be the caboose.
Yeah, she does.
Thank you, Tatum. $5 US from Tatum. Thank you, dude. You're awesome. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about Hellsweeper, and I can't say much about it because I haven't played through this demo yet. Last time I played Hellsweeper was, I don't know, Roots, what was it, like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago that we played the alpha for Hellsweeper when it first went into development?
Yeah, it's been a long time actually. Kind of made me almost was starting to think that this game wasn't going to come out. Kind of like Undead Citadel, and unlike Undead Citadel, I mean, I guess I did enjoy Undead Citadel, but man, this thing like was a lot better than I remembered it was. And I guess that's what time does, right? So.
Oh yeah. No, this game, I remember it being awesome. Even though the worlds were kind of bare bones, the enemies were varied and detailed. And Eric, the fucking movement in this game is in a league of its own.
It is, man. This game is like the epitome of make you feel like a freaking badass. Like you can do. It's almost like you can do anything in this game. This is like, I don't know, fly around, chop something, shoot something, fly around again, and it's so fast and like it really makes you feel like you're in control of everything you're doing. It's one of the best movement mechanics I've seen in the game.
Roots, this kind of thrashes the whole argument of you can't do that in VR because they're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and this is the thing. I think people finally have figured it out. And what I thought was amazing is there was options for people that get sick. You can teleport. You can use your Vignet. You can do all that shit. Just don't make me gimp myself to where I have to use all that crap because I don't want to. Now, did you, you've gone into it, right? Or I guess the new one since? Or Wes, are you?
Who, me? I just went into it long enough to see that it was going to run.
Okay.
I did not complete the tutorial in it. Like I just went into it for a minute.
I'm just curious if there's an actual jump button versus a teleport jump button.
No, there's not. No,
Okay.
It's all teleport. As I recall from before, I think it's all teleport. But it's cool because you use the teleport to jump. Like you just put a high arc,
Right.
and it's not like a regular teleport that just puts you on the spot. Like whatever your arc trajectory is from your teleport, that you travel that path in the air. So there's a double jump.
Yeah,
there's a double jump, and it's awesome. It feels good. It's intuitive pretty quickly, and you have total control of where you're moving in 3-dimensional space, which is not easy to do when you're talking about the type of aerial stuff that you're doing in this game.
One thing I will say right off the bat, because I want you to critique it when you get in there, and maybe it was just when I was doing the tutorial or something, but I loved everything about the combat except the melee. The melee I felt like I was running my sword through fucking molasses or something. Just very weird feeling. I didn't like it.
In the tutorial, I felt like I felt like it was difficult to get the range on it. Like I always felt like I was too close to melee with these things, but a lot of that could have been on me. And just you might have to play this game a little differently than you do a typical melee game. I didn't play it enough to kind of get a feel for what it felt like to dispatch of enemies that way.
And you may not even pick the sword as one of you, because you get to pick two to start off, right? Because it's a roguelike. I didn't. The reason why I don't know, the reason why I ask is I feel like the shooting was faster in the game versus it was a little bit slower in the tutorial than it was when I got into the actual game. It just seemed like it was shooting a lot faster, and so I thought my theory is that maybe the sword play will be the same. So
Why don't we find out? I'm going to play through this demo. This is a demo that anyone who's playing on Steam can play for free right now. From what I hear, it's a pretty substantial demo with like 5 different levels, a host of enemies and weapons and spells. You know, a lot of the times we don't like messing with demos because they're too brief and don't show enough. From what I'm hearing, this demo shows us a lot. So I'm gonna digest it in real time for you right now. If we're blessed enough to have everything work the way it's supposed to work, fingers crossed. I am on my G2 tonight. We started out trying to do Rift S, and just like last week, Rift S would not run for 5 minutes. No OBS, nothing running in the background, just running the game, and it just wouldn't run. So rest in peace, Rift S. I think I'm going to have to bury it.
Quest 3 around the corner. So that's right. It makes sense, right? Like you were saying.
All right, so I'm going to let you two gentlemen interact with the chat a little bit while I get set up. I should be back within 5 minutes, and we'll play Hellsweeper VR demo, free and available now on Steam.
Awesome.
How dare you leave us like just hanging here?
How dare you?
I know. I feel like it's the end of the year show, and Wes has fell asleep, and me and Eric are like, "Oh, he's coming back."
You
know who now?
You know who never lets you just hang there?
My mom.
Oh man,
Absolutely.
Sometimes you have to slap her hand away and say, "Come on, just leave me alone for a couple seconds at least."
Ruuts was so positive during that show that you were coming back. He's like, I don't know, Mash. I'm like, Ruuts, it's only got like 30 seconds to get back. No. Mash, he's gonna be back.
He always comes.
Ruuts
right
knows
back.
me. Ruuts knows me. Like it might be the last second, but I get there. Right?
Yeah.
I always get there.
Not that night.
No,
we got like
not
the
that
5.
night.
We got like 10 seconds into
14
10 seconds out of the break. And Ruuts like, Mash,
hours.
I don't think he's coming.
14 hours, guys. 14
I know.
fucking
That is
hours.
true. That is true.
That
So
was,
Awesome Tatum says the guns felt good and the magic felt good. The swords were good, but not much weight. You just slice and dice pretty easy. I don't know for me, and like I said, it could have been just the way the tutorial felt. It just felt like they were really slow. And I
By the way,
just didn't
Ruuts,
like it, man. Like Wolvie's right.
Ruuts.
Melee is very difficult to get right in VR, and I don't know that they'd have it right. But again, the guns felt different in the tutorial than they did in the actual game. So, the problem, like I said, you only get to choose 2 abilities at the start, and I chose fire and I chose my gun, so I didn't have the melee to test it in the actual game when I went in. So,
Ruuts.
yes,
Ruuts. Kill your Discord stream.
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I always pick the guns. By the way, like
I didn't.
like I like melee
leave.
games, but if you're gonna give me a choice of melee and guns, or just all melee, I'm definitely going melee and guns.
Yeah,
Like I want
to leave. I just meant to kill the stream. Okay,
kill it.
okay. So am I ending the OBS stream then? Wes, are we ready? I don't know. He's still doing his thing. Yeah, I forgot. I guess it doesn't matter. The OBS, my stream on the OBS or the Discord until he gets it started. So
I will say this game looks freaking amazing on Steam. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this looks like on PlayStation VR 2.
Hell yeah.
I mean, with the OLED screens and panels, I think it's going to be freaking amazing. With some of the colors, I think it'll be super vibrant. These environments are not super colorful anyway, but I think they'll just pop more.
Well, this is the PlayStation VR2 trailer we're watching right here. It definitely looks really good.
Yeah, and I would hope that they're going to use like the the haptics and the adaptive triggers with the gunplay, and the haptics with the sword play would be great, and the facial haptics would be awesome too. I want to see everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, it's a good developer, so that's the thing. All of these things should exist in every game, but not every developer is going to take the time to put them in there, right? So,
Do you think that that Sony is nervous with this game at all, with the movement that it's going to get people sick?
I don't know. I mean, there's other games out there that have, but I mean, I think that we're at a point now where it should be the first thing that they warn people. You go into the game and it just says, look, you don't have your VR legs, or whatever. I don't know. I'm almost tempted to say they should leave the default settings on the stuff we have to turn off. We always say it's bullshit, let us turn it on, but it makes more sense. I'm going to deliberately turn it off. And I know it exists and I can turn it off. Some people don't know that they can switch it, right? And they go in there and they get sick right off the bat and they're done and they don't even give it a shot. So,
Scott, the PSVR Game Cat for Life says we have an Echo, Ruuts. Me and you.
That's weird. I don't know what could be giving us an echo.
Anybody else hear the echo, or maybe it's just Scott?
Yeah, maybe. I don't see anything that would give me an indication. Oh no.
Unless Wes is broadcasting.
Yeah, well, actually, I do see a little bit of movement on Wes's mic whenever I talk. So, I think that's probably what you're hearing. And it should fix itself, I'm assuming, when we switch over and everything. Do you hear it, D? Okay, yeah, there's an echo. Well, let's enjoy the echo together because it's going to be endings pretty soon. As soon as Wes gets back, I'm assuming. Yeah, because the bar is... Actually, you know what? I can just do this. The echo's gone, right, people? Because Wes is now muted. And
Mute that guy.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Okay, now he's gone. Let's trash him. No, just kidding. I'll tell you what. I'll unmute him as soon as he comes back, but that should fix it. Guido, have a good night at work. Yeah, so it was definitely coming from Wes. Let me know if the echo's gone because it's muted now and it should be. Yeah, it doesn't bother me either. I love the echo.
Yeah, it sounded weird.
What'd you hear?
Like, I don't know. It was like some kind of alert. It was weird.
Really? I didn't hear it.
I think it had to be from Wes, I would assume.
Oh.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay, he's back.
I don't have the game up yet, but Ruuts, I need your camera feed.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Can't have it. Sorry.
Yeah, he can't have it.
A lot of people say a lot of things about WMR, but one thing that's really cool about WMR that it does really well is interacting with your desktop from inside the headset. It's way easier on this than it is on Oculus or even Steam.
Yeah, see, now people miss the echo. I miss it too.
We need it. Let's bring it back. We
Yeah.
can bring it back. We probably could never even duplicate echo if we wanted. We can get it when we don't want it. We could never get it if we wanted it.
That's the way it is.
Check 1 2. Check. 1 2. All right, I think we're good.
Speaking of Echo VR, I miss it already.
Already? You missed it already?
Yeah.
I miss Scion trying to get us to play it every week.
Yeah. Scion, I'm ready to play it now.
I liked watching it for that competition. It was not a game that I ever wanted to ever go back into ever again.
It's very difficult.
Who else loves to watch it?
It was awesome to watch it. It was a lot of fun, man. I had that was one of the best things I've ever seen. But even you know what the Ultimax one, Roots, the day before the
was
Ultimax
cool.
one that we got a chance one, that was awesome.
I felt like the Blast On was okay. The
Yeah.
Ultimax was really cool. And then
Same.
and I don't know if maybe it was just because they ran low on time and they just kind of said, you know what, this is it. This is the fucking final match, right? They just went
Mhm.
straight to it. And so it was all for all the marbles. And it was cool.
Yeah, it was. It was awesome. And Echo was great the next day. I mean, it was a lot of intensity for that Echo tournament, but yeah, for me, I'm okay with it being gone and like having something else, man. I'm looking for whatever the next game is. You can't keep the same stuff for years and years and years, you know, like I want whatever the next awesome esport will be, you know what I mean? So, you know,
Right.
a lot of those Echo players will find something else. There'll be something else, you know what I mean? We always have that next thing.
The reality is if it was really successful and doing well, it would still be there. And, you know, when things don't do well anymore, they end. That's just the way it is, you know, like as much as people that loved it,
Mhm.
overall, it just wasn't, it had done its time. It was time to end.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what we were talking about during that whole thing in the podcast. And, you know, Skiva or Alex, and maybe even both of them brought up, like, you know, there was tens of thousands of people that were still playing this game. And I'm like, that's great that tens of thousands of people play a free game. But how many of those tens of thousands were buying anything? Like, if only a small portion actually buy the skins or buy any of the stuff in there, then there's no money to be made. So, you know, having tens of thousands in there because you think, you know, they're paying for stuff is great. If you think that they're all paying for stuff, I guarantee there wasn't even a quarter of them that were paying for anything.
Right. And
That's why it's important for people to buy and support things like that, because how can you afford to keep servers open when nobody's buying anything, nobody's playing anything on a free game? You have to have in-game stuff to keep it alive. That's why it's so important, even just to spend a couple of bucks, you know what I mean, on a skin that you might think is cool.
This is the reality. A game like Fortnite doesn't exist with, you know, these free-to-play games that are amazing games, like that are just top-notch gameplay. Somebody funds it. You know what I mean? There's a good chunk of the portion of the players. All these kids buying skins for Fortnite. All the parents buying the skins for Fortnite. All the people investing all this money allow all the people that don't have money to play for free. Somebody's paying for it. And like you just said, if the player base doesn't support the game monetarily, then you can't expect the devs or Oculus to just foot the bill forever. It's just not going to work.
Yep, 100%. Whatever the next
We're
thing
almost
is, there'll be
there,
something
gentlemen.
good. No worries.
So Wooly says, jumping 60 feet, got to get used to it, but slow-mo flipping in air, trying to aim upside down altogether is flat out craziest my brain ever felt. I'll tell you what, Sirento, on the PC, I don't know about the Quest version, but the PC version is probably one of the most underrated games when it comes to that type of stuff. It is crazy how the movement is in that game and how amazing it feels to jump and flip, and like when you get it down, it's amazing.
All right, so I think we're ready to switch over, gentlemen. So for those of you who are new, it's going to seem like the stream is crashing for a moment. I assure you it is not. Ruuts is just merely switching off his computer, and I'm switching on to mine. We're literally moving the feed from Colorado to Kentucky in about 5 seconds. If that's the magic of VR.
Yeah, it is
Technology
the
is
magic
awesome.
of the internet. And it may seem like Roots goes into the black void for the first minute or two, but that's just me covering my camera. And
Moon rocks.
I will be back. So
It's Roots. Roots hanging with the moon
All right.
rocks.
yeah, it's Colorado.
So, Colorado time, bro. It's
Colorado
always
time.
Colorado time in Colorado.
That's all right.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm stopping this.
Anyway,
stream.
whenever you're ready, sir. we
Stopping
will
it,
get on.
right. For some reason, it took me a second to realize what ninja was.
You don't need my ninja.
And we are
I see
back,
heart.
gentlemen.
We did it.
Nice.
You're all black, Roots. What's going on?
I don't know. I'm scared. It's a dark void in here, Wes.
You know
You
who else
know,
loves? You know who else that big dark void?
Oh God, she does, man. You need to watch out.
Roots. If we were playing on PSVR2, that black level would be so much better.
It would be way better.
I even have a different camera angle now. Everybody's like, "What the hell? Mash is even a different camera."
Well, I mean, New York in comparison to Kentucky is a different angle than New York
That's
in
true.
comparison to Colorado.
That's true. Where you're
It's
you're
science.
south and west. Yeah. I like it.
Follow the science, bro.
Roots is in the dark.
I'm
He's
I'm
dancing in the
scared.
dark.
Yeah, it's scary in
Even
here.
if he's just dancing in the dark. All right, so this is cool. It asks you to choose your controller, and it thinks I have a Quest controllers when I
Does it
don't.
really?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
may be a
Windows
problem.
mixed reality controllers, bro.
Who doesn't have Quest controllers though these days,
Calibrate.
right?
So I am going to play this seated, although I feel like this is one of those games that you could probably, especially if you're doing a lot of melee, like you might want to stand up for it.
I played it seated.
They have a seated mode. There's no seated mode though, right? You can't.
I thought there is a. I thought.
It
Well,
just,
I don't
it
know.
just by
Oh,
default
it
is
does
it.
show. It does show a seated
Yeah.
mode. That's weird.
Yeah. You don't have to toggle it. It's just it calibrates right here to whatever your height is. You hit that button and you're good to go.
Cool.
To customize your avatar. Now, see, it's not like I could just pick anyone I want, right? Moderate. Intense.
You know who else loves it intense?
I do.
Yeah, she
Please
does.
wear the wrist straps.
The
I'm
more
not
intense, the
wearing
better.
the wrist strap.
You know who loves to wear wrist strap restraints?
Yeah,
Hell overflows with monstrous sins, eager to bleed chaos into the mortal realm. Reborn in sin, you are cursed to cleanse hell of its errant demons, sweeping away the turmoil in an in. That didn't give me time to read it all, fuckers. Maybe.
You can read it off the stream.
You know what's crazy? These graphics look pretty good, right? I have the shut up, bug. I have the reverb set to 60% right now.
Mm.
You're an impatient asshole, Beetle. Trying to talk to people.
Looks
dare
pretty
they.
good though, right? I couldn't believe how good that bug looked, or just everything in general.
Everything looks good, and it's on.
There's no game audio, they said.
No, there should be. There was. Let me look at it. Maybe I need to highlight the
Kevin.
game. Oh.
Let us know if you guys hear game audio as soon as it comes back in, please.
I mean, is game audio really that important? I mean,
No,
really?
it's overrated.
Seriously.
Ironically, I had no game audio when I first started the game as well, but I had to, for some reason, my Quest audio was disabled in PC. I had to fix it. So, yeah, I bet it sounds great. Rogue says.
There we go.
There we go. Guess who's back? Roots is back. Back again.
Anyway, what I was
he
trying to
is.
say is the graphics settings, they're not maxed out here. Like, not only do I have my G2 down at 60%, like I think the textures are on ultra, but like the rendering and stuff is like on medium, and like
Yeah, I had to crank everything up, and it looked so much better, and it already looked amazing.
I think it looks great like this. I couldn't imagine cranking it all the way up. No, I'm not even going to try while I'm streaming.
Well, yeah, definitely should check it out when you're not streaming. For me, with a 3080 Ti, I can't not turn everything up. It starts at max and goes backwards.
Easy peasy, isn't it? Now, follow me.
I threw him away. That was cool. Oh, we gotta turn some smooth turning on here. This blink turning is horrible, and it's enough to ruin this game for me. Like, I thought for a moment that there was no option for smooth turning, and there's no way to play something like this with blink turning on. Alright, there we go.
These are all the cracks of it all. The fracture between heaven and hell.
Yeah, I can't
and
imagine.
Earth.
I mean, I get it. Like, if I was prone to get sick, then I would be doing it too. But it is so jarring.
Think of double jump like a lifeline. It's your
Blink turn?
ticket out of trouble
it's even worse
when you're
than
in a
snap.
tight spot.
Yeah. So, some games you can get away with it in, like slow-paced puzzle games. But stuff like this, it's too disorienting to have to deal with that on top of all the enemies and shit that's going on around you.
I agree.
You needn't rely on sin stepping. Other choices beckon.
Free locomotion allows you to move smoothly. We recommend turning this off if you're new to VR. We're going to use camera based, and we're going to turn the speed all the way up. There we go. Now we can walk. Now we're going to leave the tunneling off. Anyway, this game looks like in terms of visuals, it looks like After the Fall is what it looks like. Pretty good.
Come on. There's much to learn. Ah, the Stonehand's first gift. Pick it up.
Pretty damn good.
Right time we had some fun, Hellsweeper. Conjure a blade. But try it again.
What do you think about the teleport?
I think it's great.
The jump.
Great. Now let's see whether you remember how to
Do
use
the
it.
lobby that it's only teleport?
For the jump?
Yeah, for like the not the jump button, but have like a gap.
Well,
You still have it in you.
I would prefer to have a regular jump button, but what Wes said, I guess you would have to hold the button down longer to jump higher, and then
Give me a double jump. Give me a double press.
right, but and then the trajectory. But I guess yeah. I
Now
mean,
follow me.
I would prefer to actually have a jump button,
Me too.
but
Like I love double jump in a game. Like, when you're in a game and you like end up getting double jump, like if it's like a perk or something,
Red
you
for
have to get it,
life,
like when you get it,
blue
you're like,
for
"Holy
mana."
crap, that's awesome.
Or
look,
Risk of Raid
look,
2, you get like 5
as
or
I
6
like to
jumps.
call it.
That was
But
awesome.
look, you can't do this with a jump button. So you go up in the air, right? You could jump up in the air with a jump button, but look what happens when I go for my second jump. Bullet time. I'm slowed down. I get to pick where I want to land and then land
That's
there.
true. That is true. As you're in the middle of your jump, it does slow time down without the bullet time button, right? So it is part of a mechanic. So
Another gift awaits.
Another
A pistol.
gift. Another gift
Hmm.
from the Peaky Blinders.
So Wolvie, are you saying that this is more melee based? Because I didn't find it to be. I guess it can be more melee based if you
Summoned
want
it a few
but
times
it's
to
one
get
of
the
those
hang of
games
it.
that you can actually choose different as you get different abilities. You can get levitation, you can throwing stuff at enemies, you can get a gun, you can
Like
get
fire magic.
fire, magic. Yeah, like when I went into my run the one run I actually did, I just didn't pick a sword because I did not like the way the sword felt in this game.
Load it with
At
your
least in
hands
the
for more
beginning part.
rounds
I just-
and more
It
destructive
feels
power.
sluggish to me. It feels weird. Again, we're gonna hopefully find out if it's just the tutorial, because I did feel like the gun shot faster
Time to pierce their bodies.
when I was in the actual game. But it's good, you know. Yeah, the fireball is amazing.
You'll have more time to practice later. Let's move on. Time
Another
itself
game that
is
has
cramped in the lands in
magic,
twen
Melee
Some call
and
it
guns.
hell time.
I don't think there is one. I know that what is it? That one game had melee and magic. The dark I'll tip my brain.
Harness hell time to evade the assault.
I don't know what that name of that game is right now, but it had melee and magic. The one that has the really good gesture-based magic quest. What was that game?
The Wizards.
The gesture-based. Yeah, Wizards. Yeah.
Wizards. Oh, yeah, Dark Time.
Yep. But they didn't have a gun. And that's not the only thing, too. This has got levitation. I mean, there's more than just those ones as well
All
that I
clear.
haven't even used.
We're almost at the end.
So.
Man, VR is so cool. Just little stuff like those rifts and stuff that you step into and teleport. It's awesome.
Oh, it's almost time. Time for battle.
I like how you pull
Pick
the
your
weapons out,
poisons.
like how you like hold down the grip and you either pull up, down, left, or right.
Yeah, it's really smart, isn't it?
Yeah, very smart, and it's very
Fight,
easy to
Hellsweeper.
not mess up. So like you can go in there right away and know what you're doing.
Oh, what the hell? My gun broke.
Your gun, bro?
Yeah. Can't just keep reusing it.
He shot it. Somebody shot it. Oh, that's bad. Dude, so how come you don't use both hands, Wes? Just pulling one in each hand. That's what I was doing.
I got this dude's arm.
That was one for the books.
Hell yeah.
You can block the bat attacks with the sword. Tatum says.
By the power of Grayskull.
Yep.
Enemies may stab you and leave weapons stuck in your hand, causing your health to decrease. Oh.
Oh, well, Wes, it's a family show. Turn the blood off.
Look for the stone hand to collect your reward.
Turn that fucking blood off. No,
I think you can grab like a dude's rib cage and just start.
that would be cool.
Oh, this is a cool visual. I need to record this for the intro that I'm never going to make.
You'll make it. It's just a matter of time.
Strangers of the Night intro you working on?
Yeah. So what he's gonna do is Mash is gonna get Monday off, and he's gonna do whatever that Jasmine needed him to do, and Mash is gonna pick up and do.
Oh,
So he can get the trailer.
We need multiple mashes.
You need
more
to
than one
clone
mash.
yourself,
Yeah,
Mash.
we need,
Just one day, Mash. That's all I need.
Levitation.
oh, hey,
You have to
yeah,
remember
I know.
this one.
Did you see?
it glows,
you
floats.
see how our Friday went?
Yeah.
Today, and then that was like what our Thursday was like.
Dude, I woke
So,
up today thinking today was going to be just the easy day after putting in like 12 plus hours every other day this week. Like I thought, all right, we've got it lined out, squared away. I just have to promote the Gleam giveaway, and that's going to be my day. It's going to be an easy day. Not an easy day.
That's a good problem to have, though. You guys
Yeah,
are
it's
rocking it.
a great thing, right? That we have so much cool stuff going on.
Yeah.
Alright. Point your hand at a nearby
Dream
object.
team over there.
When it glows, levitate it by holding the grip button. When an object glows yellow, click the thumbstick to bring it to your hand. Oh, there it went. Oh, that one don't glow. Piece of shit. Alright, I get it. Can I go on now? No, not yet. What do I gotta do?
Gotta do the
Let's
puzzle.
place the puzzle piece onto the altar. What's the puzzle
They want to
piece?
make
Huh?
the thing you just threw away, the dice.
Matter itself is at your mercy. These totems are outcrops of Hallow. This one should drop a key. Break it.
Break it.
Yes. Now, to
Yeah,
the
I had the
chest.
opposite day. Wes, I had three stops, and then one of them.
Loot. Loot and
I went to
power.
go do it. They were
All the
like,
more
I don't
for
know
your
why you're even
current
here.
sweep.
We didn't get a notification. So like I spent half the day at home in between playing some VR and just chilling.
That's a really awesome day though.
So
Yeah,
I got
playing
the
VR.
loot. What does it want me to do now?
Yeah, you can dual wield the swords and guns. Tatum says Wes, but I think Wes just likes to be a crack shot with the gun. But I was dual wielding.
I
both
don't.
of them.
Yeah, I don't like dual wielding even in shooters because I feel like I'm so right-handed that I feel like when I concentrate on doing stuff with my left hand, then both hands suck. But if I just do it right-handed, then it's good. You know. I can't get through this wall unless I glitch myself out of it.
Time to play VR says had to pop out. What are you playing? He is
Playing
playing
Hellsweeper.
VR. The demo, the free demo that's on Steam. You could be playing this right now.
When's the release of this?
It's a good question. I really want to play it though.
Elements. It's always easier to start with fire.
Oh yeah, you gotta do something else.
Now go forth, Hellsweeper. Slay all that come before you.
You know who else slays all that comes before them?
May your sweep
sure
be
lays.
long,
Both
and the slaughter
lays
bloody.
and slays.
Burn them all, Wes. Burn them all.
Burn them all.
Ah, the flower of farewell. Death or new beginnings. Doesn't really matter. Watch them grow like weeds as you grow in power.
Roguelike progression, Eric.
Love it. It's one of the best things that makes a game more than just a wave shooter. Like, you know, if you give me progression, let me work my way to something or for
Welcome
something.
to the
Otherwise,
Wall
just
of the
throwing me
True
wave
Vine,
after wave of
Hellsweeper.
enemy. where it gets
Everything's
boring.
here.
Like, at least I'm working
Training
towards
tools
something.
on the left, wardrobe on the
Progression
right,
gets you excited
and the
about
portal
where
in
you're
front.
going. And
Take a look
especially
and
as
make
you're getting
yourself
more
at
powerful,
home.
you start to feel more badass. You're I mean, it's everything in the game. There's no progression. You're like, why are you there? You might, I mean, there better be an amazing story they're telling, or else it really is early VR, where they throw you in a game
Like
and they
looking at
expect
yourself in the
the
mirror,
fact
huh?
that you're in this environment, walking through it, solving a puzzle. That's enough. No, give me more. I need more. You know, like we're not back in the Atari days of 2600 where the gameplay is shallow.
Please, can I have
Did
some
you
more?
guys play that game that came in your inbox today?
I did not yet. That is on my plans for tomorrow.
I did not either, but I did download it. I think I
think
downloaded.
I-
I know I got it.
I gotta look and see if I downloaded it. I think I did. I know this. I was freaking excited when I got the email.
Yeah, I was too.
I was too, and somebody else was excited when I told them about the email as well. I moved my PlayStation and my and
about the email too.
no,
Don't
that
skip
never
the
happened.
lessons. Sweeping
I
hell ain't
took my
easy.
PlayStation
I've watched
VR2
many
and
before you
PlayStation 5
fail.
downstairs last week, and Dee's been playing Farpoint at different times when I'm working or whatever. So cool.
I'm not gonna make you guys watch me go through the advanced movement tutorial, but if I were playing alone, I would totally be doing this right now. Learn how to flip around and shit.
You're flipping around?
No, I'm not going to because I don't want to take the time to do the tutorial.
Oh,
How come I can't draw my weapon here?
I didn't even. I guess I must have skipped the advanced movement tutorial.
Oh, there's a pre-order button in the game. What a novel idea.
Smart.
No, we're gonna go on normal for this one.
Steel yourself.
How's this for a fucking loading screen, by the way, too? You're gonna
Look
make
for the
somebody
Stonehenge.
stare at
Collect your
something for
starting
3
skills
seconds.
and
Make it fucking
rewards.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Reach out and grab. Press script button and hold to inspect it. Hold trigger to use it. So we've got blessings. Select from the blessings bestowed upon you. Okay. Mastery 1. Unlock levitation. What is this blessings, Roots? Do you know?
I do not. I didn't see that there was a blessing. Saw you got to choose one, right?
Or do you get to take both of them? Oh, you get to take both of them. We have levitation. Okay. Okay, well, you don't get to take both of them. Oh, you do get to take both of them. Okay. Pumping iron. Gain health equal to your mana. Mana is set to 0. Consume health instead of mana with skills. Jumping and landing from jump releases a powerful... Oh, we're doing that. Alright, pick your starting skills. Mastering, we have sword. We have fire. Hellhound. Oh, that's cool. And gun. So we're gonna take the gun. And we're gonna take fire.
That's exactly what I was like, that's because those are the best ones, right?
Yeah. Ranged attacks. Pushing your hand to your palm facing forward. Okay. See, look at this loading screen. Boom.
What do you think of the tutorial? Do you think it's too much all at one time, or? Do you think it's
No, I mean there's
no.
there was more there I could have got into, but I chose not to.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that they teach you is stuff you kind of need. It's not like Legendary Tales that literally takes an hour to get through the fucking tutorial.
Survive for as long as the timer is ticking.
Oh shit.
True Prophecy 22, keeping the tip train rolling. Cheers. $5 super chat. This is the first super chat from True Prophecy.
Why is it giving me bullets when I put my hand down like that? Oh, I'm doing the wrong button.
We appreciate you, True
How do
Prophecy.
you always keep
And,
your air so
I definitely want to
perfect?
keep the tip train rolling.
Choo choo.
Oh.
So who left the tip? I don't have the chat up.
True Prophecy 22. Just keep the tip train rolling.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
I don't know. I'm kind of old school when it comes to like that kind of stuff. Melee. I want to hit a button. I legitimately just want to hit a button, and I want to watch my sword swipe out and fucking hit stuff. Like I just don't want to be swinging my arm around. And I know that's my like a personal thing. I don't believe everything needs to be a simulator. I have real life for that. And for me, video games is like just chilling and playing and not necessarily always having to recreate the real life in VR.
Here.
But I understand that a lot of people really, they love it. I'm just lazy though.
Oh yeah, I forgot you get money and shit for killing the totems.
What do you use the money for?
Upgrades, I would imagine.
Okay.
I see a melee. Oh, there's a key. Can I keep that? Like, do I have an inventory?
Either you keep it or you need to use it immediately, right? Usually.
There's another key. What the fuck? I thought I was special because I found a key.
How many keys are there?
Apparently a lot.
Is there an inventory? I guess they're all those pillars must have keys, huh?
It looks like it.
Money buys upgrades and skills and magic. Okay.
Oh, here's what the keys are for, Ruuts. Where did my keys go? Where did I go?
Did you lose the keys because you didn't?
Maybe. I think maybe I just got lost because this place is bigger than I thought it was.
Like you gotta get the key and put them straight into the thing, I guess.
Well, there's a dead bat here still. That's awesome. There was a key here. Did it drop down? Maybe it just disappeared because I didn't take it immediately. Oh, there it is. Must be something cool in this box. Takes 3 keys.
bad is like I feel like you're short on keys, but you had so many. Like there's like pillars everywhere on the
Health.
way up, right?
Increase max health by 30. Take that shit. And I
That's
get my
always good.
sword back. Alright. What is
You
this?
didn't even. Did you even check the other one? Or no? You just used took it immediately. Huh?
Well, there, I got both of them. It's a treasure chest.
Oh, you get both. Okay, I thought it was a either or choice thing. So
Alright,
how
where do I
does the
go,
sword
dog?
feel? Does it feel sluggish? In
I
the-
didn't really use it. Not really. So he keeps going into the wall here. Supposed to go this way? Yeah.
Enhance your skills, Hellsweeper.
Pick your reward and move to the next level. Alright, we've already got fire, so like will it upgrade? 1+1. Unlock flame vortex. Okay, what's this? Alt fire. Gain passage to the shop. So you need this to spend the money. Concussive blast. I think I'm going alt fire. Oh, you gotta tilt it to the side. Fire with one hand and it will shoot a ricochet bullet. Homing bullets, hell yeah. So like we can you can hold it like this and it'll home in on enemies. Hold it like this and it's ricochet bullets. So you gotta bounce off the wall and shit. That's cool. Enemies. 10 enemies. And this game looks good. For real.
Right, you guys don't even have everything picked up.
My key.
Different colored keys give different rewards, by the way. Old school Gamecast does.
Really? Unlock rock split. To summon rocks from the ground. Swing upward with palm facing the sky while holding both grip button and trigger. Throw rocks at the enemies to knock them back or shatter shields instantly. Throw a rock in here. There's not. I wanted to practice it. Oh well.
More demons.
We played this level before, Rich. Do you remember?
It seems very good. It's been a long time, right?
It's been a while. Probably 6 months more than probably.
What the hell? Yeah, levitate that guy. I did. Oh, you can levitate them.
Have a good night, Oscar Tatum. 8 a.m.
Trying to find a rock that I can pick up.
Grab it.
Ammo always running low? Time to brush up on your reloading skills.
This game feels so good to play. I need this on PlayStation VR.
I know, right? That's gonna be perfect.
Can you imagine what they're going to be able to do with the eye tracking and
Ready
shit
to
like
add some
this?
new tools to your
I
belt?
hope they use it. Look at it. You hope that they use these things.
Add a random trait. Oh, we're getting the hell dog.
Oh yeah, she does.
Yeah, she did.
Speaking of which, did you guys see the Arashi announcement?
We did. Are you excited for it?
Yeah, man.
It
We
looks
get
really good. Like
HD
Final
Haru.
Cut or- yeah. You're dual wielding now.
Increase attack combo. Yeah, well, it's easy to kill motionless statues with dual wield. You can pass items to the Hellhound. Squeeze the toy by pressing the trigger to get its attention, then throw an item towards it.
How much did the demo give you in this game? How many levels?
5.
That's
we've
crazy.
already did 2.
That's pretty good though, with the tutorial plus
For a
the-
demo, yeah.
Do we know when the release is for PlayStation VR 2? Somebody wants to know? In the chat.
I don't know if it's coming on PSVR2 when it's coming to the other ones. I don't think so, but I don't know. Somebody should Google that while I play. Because I need this on PSVR2. I need those
Yeah, really.
haptics. Infuse magic into the Hellhound by passing a magic ball. So I can give it firepower, my Hellhound.
Says it's got a, oh yeah, September 21st, my birthday.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do now that you say that.
And if you're thinking, man, I don't want to wait till September, well, you can play the demo. You don't have to wait.
Which
Play
I don't know
right
if I don't know if the demo's going to be around the whole time. It might only be here through Next Fest, which is about
now. You better
10 or 12 days, something like that.
better play it soon. 2 weeks.
Oh, there's body bags. Fat people.
Is there a demo on the PlayStation VR 2 or no?
No, just Steam. Wonder if I can kill enemies with a key.
More enemies.
Oh, there's a guy with a shield.
Looks like combat's starting to get a little crazy, man.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, let's get some bearings.
Oh, shit, I'm stuck.
Don't be stuck.
The guy wouldn't even bother.
Like, not even worth it. I know. I was thinking the same thing. Stuck. Oh, there you go. There's a outlaw behind you. Oh, in there.
You're right.
Fuck, these guys are kicking my ass.
We get to see stuff in advance. We get to know we're
What's shooting me? Stop it. These guys keep shooting me and breaking my gun.
kind of cool. So they can actually like break your gun. You got to pull out another one.
Chrome Colossus says, by the way, guys, the game audio utterly dry. I assume that was both Ruuts or what?
I didn't hear what you said. Let me get these dudes killed and I'll try to fix whatever it is.
So is this living up to what you expected from it? Mark Pringles League wants to know what.
Yeah, I already knew what it was going to be. I knew it was going to be great. And I was right. It's great.
More great.
Well, I've got this dude's sword. I gotta try to hit him with it. I did hit him with it. Well, I exploded him.
You ran out of bullets in the middle of battle? Don't forget to manually reload.
Manually reload, Wolvie. You hear that?
Ooh.
Where's my prize?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, it's like Chrome brought up the fact that the sound's too loud, and now everybody's saying we can't hear you. Well, what about for the last 25, 30 minutes?
What's too loud? The game audio?
That's what they're saying. Yeah, they said we're really quiet compared to the game audio, and
Okay.
they can't hear us.
I can fix that from right here.
I just think that's funny to
I did that.
It's all about the keys. Mash. Yes.
It's actually good for me. I can talk about everybody who's in chat.
Yeah.
Who do I want to talk about in chat? Let's talk about Radio
Oh,
Run.
Radio Run, man. That son of a gun.
He's from Idaho.
He's from Idaho. Radio Run, Idaho.
You hear that?
That's from Idaho. All day. I heard they have potatoes there. Good ones, too. Not that crap from New York, dude. You ever been?
New York, I've been there once or twice. It's a fun place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
I heard the city is amazing.
It's amazing for like the first hour you're there, and then you're like, wow, okay, let's get out of here.
You know, this is something that I guess Colorado Springs is a pretty big city, but us non-big city dwellers, we take for granted. I take for granted that I don't have people shitting all over the street. And I don't know, maybe New York's not that way. But Denver's starting to get that way though. That's the beauty of the world though.
So I got my.
Did it crash?
I got my. Well, the game did. The headset stayed up, but the game crashed. But now you guys are
froze.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys are frozen in Discord. I'm gonna have to try to close Discord and open it back up. Hold on just a sec.
Chrome Colossus completely foobarred our stream. I know, right? Thank God. Thank God he said something, or else we'd actually be playing the game still.
All right, ladies and yeah, I know, right? All right, the stream's gonna go down for just a few seconds. Everybody, hang in there.
You ever dream of just like a day off,
right.
Mash?
No, fuck me. Oh my God.
Chrome Colossus says, "Well, I'm willing to take the credit because I actually want to hear you guys." We appreciate it, dude.
I don't know. Are we on?
I didn't even.
We are. We are.
I see you moving, Mash. I'm still black. Grimrock wants to know how Littleton, Colorado is. Have to head there for work this weekend. It's actually nice. It's Littleton is it's part of Denver, but it's like it's a good part of Denver.
I am a little upset that I only saw Denver.
Well, we tried to get you to come out here to the Springs, but logistically that was going to be like, like the more I thought about it, and I was like, dude, that ain't happening. That's like a lot of weird shit that has to happen.
Yeah.
So maybe next time. You need to come into the Springs. Actually, come visit the Springs.
I know. I would love to.
There's a lot of stuff going on there at Colorado Springs. I keep seeing it pop up. Devs from Colorado Springs, events happening in Colorado Springs.
It's the place to be.
For sure.
Moon Rocks in Colorado Springs.
And yeah, I know you got to go next door to towns around here. They don't allow you to buy it here unless you got a medical license. Then you're good.
Is anybody in the world like? I can't wait to go play Budget Cuts Ultimate.
I'm sure somebody's out there. This is the thing. That's a PlayStation VR2 title. It's a title that people that are in that ecosphere didn't really get much of a chance to play just because of when it came out, right?
They never got the sequel. They never got the sequel.
They never got
much sweeping to do,
for them it'll be a big deal, but yeah, for me, I thought the first one was okay.
That's what I mean. I don't even know if they'll think it's a big deal. Like, it's a mediocre game that's 5 years old.
Right.
Like, what? I don't know. Like, I don't get it. Like, you think that many people will buy it? Like, I don't know.
No, but maybe. I mean, it's a weird place, dude. Like, when you're starving for food, you'll eat crackers, dude. You know, like, I mean, there's a lot of different food out there now, but it's still not as much
Don't
as
skip the lessons.
PSVR or
Sweeping
Blast,
hell
right?
ain't easy.
How about Operation
I've
Wolf
watched
Return?
many before you fail.
Yeah, my lights are. It's dark here. Operation Wolf, the actual game, like,
Yeah.
I think it could be really good. You know,
That's good because we got a key coming for it.
yeah, it's amazing.
I'm excited for that one.
How cool is this? This demo of a roguelike dropped mid-run, and I can just continue my run.
The ride continues.
that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
What do you guys think? Survive on PlayStation VR2?
We're gonna find out.
Yeah. That's the one where you build the different contraptions and stuff.
No,
It's
that's
the zombie shooter. It's a zombie
Survive
shooter.
is the one that, remember, your whole
Oh.
screen turns red when you get hurt to the point where you can't see anything.
Oh god.
That
I
we
hope
could
they
never
fix-
we could never get into.
I hope they fix it.
Because the multiplayer was always jank.
This is the thing. We put up with more of that game than we ever should have, because what was good about it was good.
Demons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So hopefully, whatever the issues they had, they've ironed them out, and we can get the game that we were wanting it to be. And that'll be the question.
We'll
And
know.
hopefully they
We'll
got
know
rid of the rest.
quickly. And to
Yeah.
be fair, the game was still in early access when we played it. Like, it's been a while. It's been a
Well,
while.
a lot of these games, like even this game, Hellsweeper, compared to when we played it originally, Undead Citadel, like a lot of these games that we've been playing recently have been way better, you know? So,
Yep.
no, Scott. So basically, in Colorado Springs, like it's a city by city thing. Like Denver, everywhere in Denver, there's recreational shops everywhere. It's just Colorado Springs, for whatever reason, has opted out not to do it, but that'll change. We just got a liberal mayor, and I guarantee that shit is changing, dude.
He's
So
smoking right now.
he's probably smoking it right now. He probably is. Well, I am too. So, but yeah, so you should be able to buy it everywhere. And in Littleton, I'll tell you where the best place is. It's called The Joint. Ironically, in my opinion. So,
I'm gonna do it.
you can do it. Moon rocks.
I'm gonna
Moon
do it.
rocks.
Turn my camera on. I'll be right back.
Hell yeah, dude. Trying to get mashed moon rocket. That's like what, trying to get money out of a I don't know. It's
You
not
gotta be
happening.
the mood
Well, that's true. And we it was more business than anything. You know what I mean? Like those guys were pretty busy almost the entire time there. No, there'll probably be some, but no, yeah, this is the beauty. You can walk right into the store and pick out the screen you want. Get it on sale. Usually, I don't know if you're gonna be picking up a whole OZ, but I got a good deal.
Good times.
Good time.
Gotcha, bitch.
Slaying you easy.
Dismembered.
Yeah, son. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. My everything crashed. This is my final attempt. If it crashes again before I finish the run, then we're just going to call it a game. You guys get the idea what the deal is with the game anyway, right? It's pretty freaking awesome when it works. And I'm sure it would work a lot better if I wasn't trying to capture 2 cameras and do all this other stuff on my computer that I'm trying to do. Which, by the way, is why you don't see Ruuts and Eric on screen anymore, is because we're trying to lessen the load on my PC, and hopefully the thing will keep running. But you gentlemen are still here, right?
Yes, and D says
We did
you
it.
did it, Wes.
No, we
We
haven't done
did
it
it.
yet. We're gonna try
Wow.
again. Eric, you know, as bad as this has been, still not half as bad as last week was.
Really, I missed it last week, so it was really that bad, huh?
Well, we were playing Undead Citadel, and I was trying to do it on Rift S, and at the start, like it would let me play for 5 minutes and it would crash. We'd play the same 5 minutes, it would crash again. Same 5 minutes, crash again. And like it got so bad, you know, like if we have to stop now, the stream is still okay because we saw a good piece of gameplay. Like last week, we just had to figure it out, man. You know, we pretty much shit on No More Rainbows. We didn't give Everslot as good a review as we wanted to, and then the thing crashed. We couldn't end like that, so I literally had to switch to my G2 live on the air and get the settings tweaked for it so that it would run. And after it ran, you know, it was fine. We played for 2 hours and it was good. But man, it took like 45 minutes or something for us to work the technical stuff out.
Before you get started here, we did get the audio fixed. I know that's what crashed the stream to begin with.
Yeah, I did fix
Okay.
the audio.
Okay, cool.
All right, we're gonna do it one more time. Fingers
Well, Mash,
crossed.
now that you're not on camera, you can Colorado time it, or I guess New York time it. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, or you could eat your Chinese food.
I want some Chinese food.
Yeah, you should bring enough for everybody.
Oh, damn it! Where's your Harbies?
It's gone. I ate it on the stream a long time ago. I tried to eat it in the best way I could.
I do have to say real quick, I just had to look at the comments of my show last night, and we finally made the big time because we had people saying that our wheel is fixed.
Your wheel's fixed.
Yeah, I got comments in the chat saying the wheel is fixed. D, apparently you are fixing the wheel. People are pissed. They're saying I'm a swindler.
Oh, fixed. Oh,
Yeah, the
I
wheel's
bet
fixed. Yeah. He's like, I had 3 people join the YouTube, and like their names aren't on the wheel. We've officially made it to where we have haters. I love it.
Yeah, well, you know what I have to say to those people. You're getting games for free, motherfucker. So, like, at some point, you know, like, I don't know, dude. Like, it's not fixed, bro. I know D fixes it, but we're not supposed to tell anybody.
Yeah, right?
D,
I mean, what the crap? I mean,
Yeah.
people are so stupid. He's like, fixed, and then I had 3 people. Well, did those 3 people comment? Because, you know, that's the way it works. You can't, just coming into the stream doesn't mean shit unless you say something.
right?
Once you say
And,
something, we don't know you're there.
right, and if you're not, if you don't come in, if you don't say anything at the right time, like, it's already spinning. It's too late.
Mm-hmm.
You missed it. I think you should give Keith Tabor another chance, man. Alex VR says he loves that game. What is happening here? I wasn't even paying attention to the stream. I look over and Wes is like falling down a cliff. He's got things chasing him. Looks like
Madness.
Crazy. So you haven't died though, right? Wes?
No,
I see you switched to 2 guns.
sometimes I'll use 2 guns.
Ooh, you that fireball.
He says I just put the names on the wheel. Todd spins it.
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't even have I have nothing to do with either one of them. I don't do either one of those things. Everybody's blaming me. I don't blame D and Todd. If you think somebody's cheating, literally I have nothing to do with it.
Conjuring a new gun might work.
What would be the point of cheating?
I know. Like what do I want? Like, I mean, people. It's like not like nobody gets the keys. What are they talking
And
about?
how paranoid is that? Like,
I mean, somebody always
I'm
wins.
talking to you. Whoever commented, I'm pointing my finger right at you. Yeah, that is pretty stupid.
People get so butthurt when they don't win. Sorry, you didn't win.
Wolvie,
I wanna
it's Wolvie. Yeah, I want to win too.
This just makes me want to stop giving shit away. You know what I mean? You get comments like that. How about I just don't do it? Like I don't need to fucking give keys away. You know, it's a pain in the balls is what it is. We do it because we want to try and give back to the community. But fuck, man, if everybody's like, well, it's a fix, and blaming, saying we're, man, it just makes you want to not do things.
Oh, we got a new ability. Concussive blast. Pretty strong too. Maybe not that strong. Alright, let's go. Let's get out of this godforsaken level.
This is the last level, right?
No, there's still 2 more.
2 more.
Damn.
I've had to
This level
play.
forever,
I've had to
bro.
play this level 3 times.
Oh, maybe it's the level that's crashing, Wes.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Ready to add some new tools to your belt?
Right. I never did play with my wolf.
Peter the Underground Game Cat on Pearl says, "Hey, made it."
What's up,
Nice.
Peter?
That name.
See, it's all worth coming back on the air just for Peter.
Absolutely.
You know who likes to come just for Peter?
Oh man, she loves coming for Peter. If you know what I mean.
Alright, let's go.
I kind of feel the same way, Wolvie, about giveaways and stuff, and headsets, except for this Pro one, because I don't own a Pro.
Enemies.
But I don't like try to get another Quest, and I usually don't try to take the free games anymore because I get so many free already, and you know. I've got too many games. So many good ones.
Oh, there's a new enemy.
Stop.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh shit, that worked well. Oh, look at this thing. I cut it, sliced it with cut off some bacon.
Like that big.
Shit, I need to get some space. These mugs are killing me.
Wes is just like hanging out inside of them almost.
Give me that.
You got a lot of stuff going on. Remember, don't forget, I haven't seen you use bullet time yet for much outside of when you're moving. I started with Candy when my dad had a computer. When I played a game as a kid that loaded by audio cassette, and it took like 10 minutes, like the screechy noise, and it was literally you defending porta potties from aliens stealing the toilet paper. Man, I didn't even know that they were headphones. This is all about 2020.
Well, the totems are what's shooting me. Something keeps shooting me. It's the friggin' totems.
Yeah, I definitely would take them out.
Awesome totems?
No, it's data. That's close, though.
It is close. Off the totem, off the case. Same.
Man, those totems, now you know to take them out, right? Ooh, Pierce times 2. Hey, that guy's got no legs. I can't say if this game is better than Undead Citadel or not, but I think I enjoyed it more.
This game is definitely better than Undead Citadel.
No, I wasn't.
Which is weird because Undead Citadel has like a campaign you can go through, and this is more of a just like fight.
Sometimes campaign is this. Getting through different rounds is much of a campaign in a sense. In a roguelike, right? Or roguelite. Or whatever it is. I don't know. Some people say that. Or one of them.
Don't let a lack of bullets slow you down in battle. Remember to reload properly.
He does. He's got a big mouth in his stomach too.
Yeah, that's weird.
That is weird.
I think he's just like, you know, like no women kind of hang out with me.
I don't know what. Yeah,
kind of pissed off because of that, and I'm just lonely.
He's
Like,
an
I'm
incel,
shooting him.
dude.
He's probably just a nice guy.
He's involuntarily celibate. He's very upset. Nobody will go near him, dude. Did you see that? He's got a mouth on his stomach. Crazy.
What do you think's more odd, like the big man boobies or the mouth on his stomach?
I don't know, or the goat legs in the back. I think
I don't
all three
know.
of them were.
I'm kind of down with the mouth on the stomach thing. That's pretty cool.
It is a little convenient. Although that mouth had very sharp teeth, that Wes, I think you might rethink it.
Well, I mean, that's where the skill comes in, right?
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god.
Push
GT
downwards
set,
while
okay.
holding trigger.
Wow, I only got PSVR2 for GT7. Pre-ordered my headset on day of announcement. Had GTS sort on VR1, but was just playing poker and Red Matter now. Never been a collector. Yeah, I'm not a collector either. Game-wise, I used to be a collector. Yes. I used to be a collector of games, not anymore.
Ruuts used to buy every game.
Every game.
Like, it was a conversation when we started, like, do we need review keys? Because Ruuts is just going to buy everything anyway.
They're like, even if somebody else bought it, I bought it. I have a lot of games.
I still forgot to bring my wolf out. What the hell's wrong with me?
You know, gets pissed when you forget to bring your wolf out west. Oh man, it's pretty rocket.
Don't let me forget, I got one level left. We got to bring that dog out and let him fight.
Bring him out now. I'm gonna go to the next level. I can't believe you actually passed the level and didn't crash.
That's fine
Yeah,
now. Everything's good again.
Dog good.
I think maybe just on the real-time reviews, we just don't do cameras. If we're doing the PlayStation VR2 or something, or try to figure out the audio the old school way.
Well, it's not PSVR2. That's what the problem is. I'm running on my
Or not
PC.
PSVR2, but yeah.
There he is. What's up, boy? Man, that thing does look like a hell dog, don't it? Let's go. Let's go kill some bitches. Destroy the totems to unlock the way forward.
Stop the flow of demons by eradicating all the totems.
Well, I remember this level. The whole point is to kill the totems. Because they keep spawning until you kill all the totems.
Yeah, we've already been down that road. That's my territory.
Yeah, it's 4 a.m. You can leave me
A little punchy.
Okay, so I am getting a little bit worried because they're reusing the arenas for these different levels.
Now, are
They
these?
want to show you much new? You know what I mean? They're like, to me, that's a lot to give away off of a demo. So, like, if it was me, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
want to
true.
everything.
I wonder if these are these the first 5? Is there like a time limit on those fireballs, or can you just spam them?
Oh, it's my dog.
The White Devil. She named her wolf that. How dare you?
Thank you.
I killed one of the big ones. I don't think I have to kill every totem. I think it's just the glowy ones I have to kill.
Eric, did your wife ever tell you you're crazy when you go to bed? Like, what are you doing? Go to bed at like 5 a.m.
Pretty much every night.
What is that? I'm stuck in the tree. Oh, I got out.
Oh, look at Doc, man.
Do I have any more of those glowy totems to kill, or are they all dead? I think I might have killed them all.
I agree, James. This is a good sized demo.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right?
You get a really good.
Oh, there's
feel for
another
the
one up
game.
there.
And it shows you their confidence and what they know that their game is good.
That was dumb.
A lot of times you have the devs that are afraid to look and see the game, even see it, let alone play it.
Yeah, we did
Crazy.
it.
Guns might work, but don't rely on it
Did
in the
we?
heat of battle. Learn to reload.
We didn't do it yet. The rest of us, we're about to do it here in a second. On that.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, here it is. We did it. Oh.
We did it, guys. We did it. Smash, of course. This is 40 smash.
It's 4 a.m. This is what I normally sound like.
Oh, this is oh, yes.
Have you had many gameplay issues, Wes?
No, the gameplay's been great. It just takes a while to master the movement, but I mean you're good to start with. It's all about becoming great at it, right? Like
Plus, you didn't even do the tutorial for the advanced movement, like the flips and stuff, right?
right, exactly.
So that's even more stuff that you could learn.
This is going to be a game that's fun to replay. Even playing the one level 3 times in a row was fine. It was fun every time. In practice, you're just going to get so much better at it. It's a lot like Synapse like that. Like, you know, the more you do it, the more intuitive things become. and it has a lot of similar traits with the levitation, and only there's a lot more weapons and a lot more things you can do in this game
Your next
versus that one.
trial. Choose wisely.
People are gonna really like this game, like a lot.
Which game is better?
Well, I need to play more of both. I don't wanna say what I suspect right now, but I need to play more of both. This game is very good. Do I have a boss fight? I think I have a boss fight now.
Wow, they're gonna throw you a boss fight in the demo.
Really?
Look at this thing. Holy shit.
Scott, have a good night, and thank you for hanging out.
Corruption's
Yeah, we should be back on
ways have left
Sunday.
you broken.
For sure.
Just
Oh
remember
no,
Sunday
it's gonna flash me the boss fight and not let me do it.
How dare they? Ooh, look at that, dude. That's sick. Big doll face thing. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, full game. That's good though. I'm good with that. Don't give it all away.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. It's enough to know. Like they let you play enough to know that this is gonna be awesome when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can't wait. Would you say September 21, Roots?
Yeah, actually, that not for PlayStation VR2. Somebody had said in the chat, and I looked further in. They said that's when it comes out for Quest and PC,
How
and
dare they? How dare
PlayStation
they?
VR2 is later on this year.
How dare they put
I
Quest
don't.
out before PSVR2?
I know, but they're the best version. They're saving it for last.
All they care
Bullshit.
about is money. It's supposed to be about the love of the game.
Yeah. Well, we want our advanced copy, please. Thank you, and
Please,
we'll.
please now.
Yes, exactly. Now that Wes has got a taste, he needs to play the full game.
Still
Anyway,
go play the other game.
I think this concludes an awesome episode. 2 awesome games to talk about, 1 awesome demo to play. All good around the board. I think we made up Roots for the garbage we talked about last week.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a different week, right?
Just a couple of reminders: we're giving away 2 copies of Quest on 2 copies of Hubris on a platform of your choice. We're also giving away a copy of Pixel Rip 1978 on PlayStation VR2. Just leave a comment down below, and we're going to draw in 2 days on Sunday on Virtual Strangers 191. We're going to name some winners. Enter to win your Quest Pro. There's a link for that in the description as well. Might as well click on it while you're there. Free stuff going left and right for all of our viewers and all of our community. Thanks everyone for hanging out and staying up late. If you haven't subscribed already, please click the subscribe button and ring the bell. Thumbs up if you liked the video, and we will see you next time. For Roots and Eric, I'm Wes. We'll see you in a couple days. Bye.
Stay easy.
See you later.
The game's freaking good. Yeah. Very replayable. Like I feel like I pick it up. The second round's going to be more fun than the first. The third round's going to be better than the second. So I'm thinking maybe what we'll start doing where we've got so many keys coming in is we'll just start keeping a list of keys we've got that we haven't covered yet, and we can just pick off of the list instead of trying to remember it all. It's tough to remember, keep track of all of it. So I can put a document together that has the games and has the mute the wrong thing. My bad. Good night, everybody.